I pray for better days. Working hard cause I want extra pay. Talk to them seeds, but you must demonstrate. Cause it's your ways that they gon' imitate. Non-violent. Sometimes I wish I would've went to college. Frown proudly. Cause where I'm from, they hate you when you smiling. Your faith should be your gun. You can't leave home without it. The children being grown, cause all the parents acting childish. You show them your reality, I bet they doubt it. You tell them all about your dreams, that's when they out it. Your own blood, ain't no family no more. They do you badly for show. You try to patch up your soul, Lord knows you on a mission to show him you so submissive. The prayer said in silence, you know the devil can hear him, pay attention. Know the war's within, how much time do you spend? Try to balance your zen, then again, losses is lessons. You tell me you trying to win, we know about saving money. You tell me you trying to spend that blood on it. Sweat, tears, you put that love on it. Your best years was just a dumb moment. You tired of going hungry, can't deal with fake making your life lonely. Your lack of faith that left your soul boning. But you gon' work and you gon' strive, do what it takes to survive. What is truth, what is a lie? You know that war's inside. Some get draped into the fake, they don't know what to decide. Wrong choice, meet your demise, keep that between you and I. You realize, some people you gon' let go, you visualize. The things you need to feed your soul is on the rise. They not gon' wanna let you go, but it's alright. It's cool to bury what's gon' grow. Went from wrong to the right and to the dark to the light. It was a hell of a fight. You give it all your might. Gotta hold on tight and you stay strong and precise. You fight the war that's inside, cause it might change your life. From wrong to the right and to the dark from the light. It was a hell of a fight. You give it all your might. You just hold on tight and you stay strong and precise. You fight the war that's inside, cause it might change your life. I ain't the person that I used to be. So what I do today ain't things that you used to see. Stay the same, no, things change usually. Some folk I may know might get reintroduced to me. Yeah, I ain't the person that I used to be. So what I do today ain't things that you used to see. Stay the same, no, things change usually. Some folk I may know might get reintroduced to me.
Yeah. Don't be stressing on the dumb shit, cause God is gonna make a way. Just keep going and keep your faith, so you can win this race. This race called life, yeah, yeah. This race called life. This race called life, yeah, yeah. Race called life. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm grinding cause I know that I'm gon' get it. I just gotta have vision, keep faith and be humble. Have some patience with it. I've been A1 since day one, been always on my job. I never been a fake, never had to steal and rob. Cause I do good business, I'm too good with it. And even though I'm on this road, I'm still daddy to my children. You know I do good with them, and don't like being missing. But I hate when my bills are thicker and my pockets get thinner. But I can't stress up on the dumb shit, cause God is gonna make a way. I keep going and keep my faith in my pace, so I can win this race. Win this race called life. This race called life. I'm just trying to win this race called life. This race called life. This race called life, yeah. Race called life. I'm just trying to win this race called life, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I keep on running in this race called life, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I won't I'm just trying to win this race called life. This race called life. Girl, I just gotta win this race called life. This race called life. Just gotta win this race called life.
Attention all debate fans. You've been watching, you've been arguing, you've been picking sides. But now it's time to level up. From this point forward, all debates on this platform are going members only. That means the hottest clashes, the wildest arguments, and your favorite personalities going head to head will only be available to subscribers. You want real scholarship, you want the smoke, you want the unfiltered action, then don't get left outside looking in. Sign up today for as low as $3.99 and get full access to every debate, every moment, every knockout argument. This is Titans Debate League, where legends are made and debates get real. Join now or miss out. You want real scholarship. You want the smoke.
Oh, you gotta mute out a little bit. Shazak. Yeah, you got an echo back there. I could hear the commercial. Yes, and if you haven't become a $3.99 member, make sure you do that so you don't miss out on any of that debate action. And let's get straight into it. Welcome back to the Coliseum of Arguments, presented by Titans Debate League, the arena where ideas clash, worldviews collide, and no question is off limits. Tonight, we have a very special guest in the building. Joining us is one of the most recognizable voices in the Hebrew Israelite community, a respected scholar, seasoned debater, teacher, and leader, Officer Kazak of ISUPK, Florida, known for a sharp command of scripture, his fearless defense of his beliefs, and his powerful presence on Bigo. Officer Kazak has spent several years engaging in some of the most challenging. You got to mute out. You got to echo. Yeah, it sounds like you got your tablet right next to you. Oh, you on two devices. That's what it is. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, drop the other one where I'm not cammed up if you could.
It only allows me to kick it from the studio,
Yeah, just
but it's
oh,
gonna,
okay.
yeah. So I'm gonna just keep it right there muted out for you. I got you.
All right, no sweat. My bad.
Okay. No worries, no worries. Appreciate you for figuring that out. Okay, yeah. Officer Kazak has spent years engaging in some of the most challenging religious and ideological discussions across multiple platforms. As a dedicated student of Captain Cesariak and a representative of the ISUPK, he has become a prominent voice for thousands who follow his teachings and content. But tonight is not a debate. It's an opportunity to go beyond the clips, beyond the controversies, and beyond the rumors. We're bringing your questions directly to the source, from theology and history to culture, leadership, and the beliefs of the ISUPK. Nothing is off the table tonight. Whether you agree with him, disagree with him, or you're simply curious, this is your chance to hear from the man himself. So grab your notebooks, hit that share button, invite a friend into the chat, and prepare for another unforgettable edition of the Coliseum of Arguments. Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary Officer Kazak of ISUPK Florida is in the building. How you feeling today, Kazak?
Hey man, I'm good. We say Tawab in Hebrew. I'm good, man. Everything is wonderful, man. That sounds
Wow.
like I thought I was on Club Shay Shay or something like that. I didn't know who he. I'm like, who the hell is that? He introducing me.
You funny, brother. You funny. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself for yourself and get your shout outs before we get started?
Yeah, yeah. I am priest and officer Kazak Damar, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana. Um, camp leader over Florida, particularly North Florida and Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. Um, been in the troop for a little minute, you know. seemed like a short time compared to some of the brothers that I learned up under. Just want to give a shout out to everybody that's in the truth. Um, say shalom, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Barak Atah to all the brothers, Yahweh Shamar Alathan Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah to all the sisters. That's just a little greeting that we do. Just saying, Most High Christ bless you or watch over you to the sisters. So, other than that, I ain't really got too much. I'm ready to get into this interview. Um, Thank you for having me. You there?
Oh yeah, appreciate. My bad, I was muted. Appreciate you pulling up tonight, brother. We're honored to have you here to answer some of these questions that everybody's been sending over. The word was out that you were coming, and I told people we weren't going to open the panel directly up. Shoot me your questions first, and if you hear something you don't like, that link will be in the chat. And you could come up and ask some questions for yourself as well. No ambush and no animosity. We're going to keep the decorum high tonight. So if anybody pulls up, make sure you have your decorum on 10. But let's get right into it for real. What is the core message of One Rest Hebrew Israelite teaching?
Um, I think what you'll hear us say more than anything is that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians of Indian and Negro descent, predominantly in North and South America, but scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, are the true biblical Jews of antiquity. They are the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Um, and that we need to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments that was established in the Bible in order to regain prominence and follow after the example of our King Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And that will be the ticket to our salvation and getting up out of these ghettos, barrios, and reservations, and coming back to being a nation of kings and priests, as the Lord intended for us to be. I think that's number one. And the other thing that is your oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and you will have to be able to identify who your true enemy is before you can realize who your real family and your real nation is. Um, I think I think that's it in a nutshell, maybe.
Okay, I like that answer. And can you say the name? You said Yahweh Shai. Can you say that again for me?
Oh yeah, Howard Shai. Yeah, that's the name of Jesus Christ in ancient Hebrew. Jesus is like an English Latin version of Yahweh Shai, but it's the same name as Joshua
Mhm.
um in the scriptures, and it's pronounced Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai. Got you. Got you. How does One West differ from other Hebrew Israelite camps?
Oh, that's a good question. Um, because I don't know if you noticed, but we do have a saying that says um that ISUPK is not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite groups, and if it is not the
Mm.
ISUPK and the commanding general Yohana, it is not of the Lord. Have you ever heard that before, Abe?
No, I've never heard that. And shout out General Yohana if you're watching. No, that's the
Yeah,
first time I've
so
head that, brother.
I know I made sure to say it because you said that you might have some people that might not have. They heard it before, and it's a reason why. What the question that you asked, the reason, I mean, what separates us from other Israelites is there's one body of Christ, particularly one faith, one baptism. I like to go into the scriptures, so I'll quote them, and if you need me to grab them, I will. But inside the scriptures, you'll see when Christ steps on the scene, right? You have the the Pharisees, you got the Sadducees. These are different sects of Israelites that existed. You got the Pharisees, the Sadducees, the Essenes, the Ebionites, you got the Sakari, you got all of these different groups.
Mm.
You got John the Baptist and his disciples, and then Christ step on the scene and say, all of y'all got it wrong. There's no way to the Father but through me. Now, that's a very bold statement. Hey, what you know what I'm saying? I'm sure they like who this nigga think he is. You know what I'm saying? But what he was basically saying is, in order for us to be a nation, you can't have 10 leaders. You can't have 10 different doctrines. They have unity camps where camps come together, and one of them believe Ruth is a Moabite, one believe Ruth is an Israelite. One believe Yahweh Shah is God. One believes that he's not. One
Mm.
believe the law is done away with. One believe it's not. And then they saying we gonna come together in unity. What separates us is that we understand that in Amos chapter 3, the Lord said, how can two walk together unless they be agreed? So we got to be on the same page. And that's going to take some people dropping their pride. Every man that comes in the ISUPK has to come in here and drop his pride. There was no person that was given or gave themselves a rank or a Hebrew name. So you'll see brothers who they're generals and they're captains and they're this and they're that or bishops or whatever they are, and they gave themselves that rank. Commanding General Yana came into the school as a trooper, as a young man, just like everybody else. He put his on his all black. He went in and he listened and followed instructions and did what he was told until he was allowed to teach. And the thing about the ISUPK is that's what it is. You don't see the disciples of Christ just going out and they go buy a precept packet and a shirt with fringes on the bottom and then go out and start teaching. You have to learn. You have to be taught. And one of the main things we go what's- one
A
of the main
preset
things,
packet, you funny, bro.
and I'm just saying, one of the things you have to learn coming into the ISUPK is how to shut your mouth and learn first. You got to be taught how to lead, and no brother that's in no position of authority here has been given any rank. He earned everything he got. So that's one of the things. The other thing is, we are designed in a way where everything has to be done in decency and order. You know what I'm saying? It's not about feelings at all. Hence why some people will watch us. I hear brothers all the time on Cross the Line radio, Captain Tazaria and Captain Kataza say, I've been watching y'all videos for years. And they like, why you ain't come in? I know why they ain't come in. It's a pride thing. Every brother that comes in here, the Lord resisteth the proud. Amen. So every brother that comes in here has to humble himself. And what Christ said is, he who humbles himself shall be exalted, and he who exalts himself shall be humble. So that's a key point in being in the school, is that you got to make sure that you come in ready to serve, ready to work, ready to do this, and this is the body of Christ. Meaning, like, we can't have anything that misrepresents God, misrepresents the Bible going on in this house. And if it is, we got to get rid of it. It's got to be handled appropriately. It's not like we're not dealing with people. Of course, anywhere you go, you're going to have somebody who thinks they can just come in and break rules. Well, we don't allow that to happen in the ISUPK. And if it's found out, it'll be dealt with, and we clean the house and make sure it is clean. That's one thing we talk about the Christian church in. They say they follow Christ, they say they follow God, and then when you match it up against what's in the Bible, it don't always line up. Well, what we try to do is make sure that everything we doing lines up with the Bible, and it's according to the way Christ taught it and the way Paul taught it and the way Moses taught it, and and so on and so forth. So I would say that's it, is that we preach and speak about brotherhood more than all the rest of them. And the other thing is, there's a term, Khan Adawan Khan, right? I know a lot of people might have heard that word. Have you ever heard the word Adonai? Adonai. You
No,
heard
I've
of that
heard
word?
Khan. I haven't heard the latter.
Ad, Ad, Adawan is a Hebrew word, and it has a whole bunch of meanings. It can mean, sir, which is or Lord, or it can be a husband, it could be an overseer, it could be it's a whole bunch of definitions that go with it. But it's a person that's in authority, right? So, it could be a boss, whatever the case may be. So like with my ribs, they might call me Ottawa, but then I might have a brother that who reports to me might do the same. And then I might call a brother that's over me Ottawa, or but it's just a word that means sir. So that phrase Khan Ottawa Khan means yes, sir, yes. And I heard a few Israelites outside of the UPK say it, but I think that's a major thing that separates us from other Israelites is our ability to follow orders and stay in order. There's a lot of times we as Israelites would like to react a certain way. Give you an example. Um, a lot everybody's talking about what's the brother name that got 35 years, Carmelo Anthony, right? I'm sure there's some black people sitting around wondering if they should go and try to fight the white man and do all of this other stuff. Well, we don't move without getting orders in the ISUPK, and that's what makes us different from a lot of other Israelite groups.
Hey, say that. Drop a bomb for that one, man. Y'all definitely got y'all stuff in order. I definitely respect it. I'm trying to get like y'all. Coming soon. Coming soon. Next question. What makes someone an Israelite according to your doctrine?
um, Number one, you would have to be from the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham had multiple sons, but Isaac was the one that was chosen. Um, Isaac had more than one son, but Jacob was the one that was chosen. So all through, you see God creating, and then He chooses. Right, being an Israelite starts with a bloodline, and there's only one group of people on the planet that don't know who their bloodline is, and that's blacks and Hispanics, Native Indians. We don't know where we come from. When you start talking, some of us say we come from Africa, some of us say we indigenous, some of us say we're from all over the place. Where you from, A1?
Cleveland, Ohio. And
I know that's right.
yeah, I should be filming tomorrow with some ISUPK Cleveland brothers. They're gonna be hitting the
Yeah,
streets, and I'm about to try to make sure that I'm down there to get some footage and some interviews. So be on the lookout for that as well, everyone. And shout out Kazak for putting me to linking me up with them. Appreciate you, brother.
right. Shout out to the new camp leader down in Cleveland, Officer a Warrior, Officer 5000 a Warrior, and his Captain Hadar from out of Detroit and Captain Mawakwa, who runs the entire Midwest. They're gonna all be down there tomorrow. So you, Lord allow, you'll get an opportunity to meet them brothers who built up the Midwest when there was no ISUPK in the Midwest. That's a I don't know, A1. I'm kind of long-winded. I wanted to say something about what you just said.
Please, I
Um,
want you to be long winded. This is your show, brother. You can't be long
all
winded on your show. This is your show. Go
right.
ahead.
So one thing I wanted you to know about the Midwest, particularly, is that this goes back to the question. So I'm not just rambling. Um, as far as Israelites or Black people who know who they are, as far as their identity in America, you have the beginning. You have these Black guys who go and study up under the Jewish man, and they actually even become rabbis. But as they're studying the scriptures, they realize, dang, these people was in Africa. These people was in Egypt, in the sun, building pyramids and working. White people can't really stay in the sun that long, man. The sun don't like them. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is this? Dang, one of these miracles of Moses is that he stuck his hand in his bosom. He pulled it out, and the miracle was his hand was white.
Mm.
Then he stuck it back in there, and then it changed to the color of the rest of his flesh. So, like, what color was the rest of his flesh? You know what I'm saying? Then you start seeing things in the scriptures about, Christ having dark skin as if it burnt in the furnace. And they saying to themselves, well, man, he was pretty dark skinned brother. He didn't have no woolly hair like this picture. You know the picture everybody got like, white Jesus. I don't know you from up north, but down south they had a picture. The people grandmas had pictures of white Jesus on their wall. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I've
saying?
I've
Like,
seen them.
and that we didn't know that was okay. All right. Well, do you know who that picture is?
Caesar Borgia.
Yeah, it depends on where you if you watch the show the Borgias on it used to come on HBO, I think it was. They pronounced it Caesare. They Caesare,
Mm.
but we do say Caesar Borgia. So we didn't know. So they finding out, they looking at the picture and looking in the scripture, say that don't match. Well, they in Egypt. All of these things. Wait a minute. These people we learning from, these Jewish people, these white men with the pepperoni hats on, right? They not the people. This really, this really our story. You know what I'm saying? And so these rabbis leave, they leave from up under these synagogues, up under these white Jewish people, and they start to teach that black people are the real Jews. So once this happens, some brothers that they teach come in, you got seven heads in Harlem in 1969. They start the ISUPK, right? Which is a school where they just teaching black people the Bible. It's a spinoff. Now, the reason why I brought this up is because we was talking about Cleveland.
Mhm.
There are two sects. One of the sects went to the Midwest. You'll have those sects never pick back up the New Testament. So you'll get a lot of Old Testament only Israelites out in Chicago, Detroit, and all of those places like that. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure. You could correct me if I'm wrong. If you know, I don't know. But I think Ben Amin and them, they don't deal with the New Testament. But the brothers in Harlem and the New York sect, if you will, they picked up the New Testament and said that they got it wrong when it came to what the New Testament was teaching and what was going on there. So these sects you had in the Midwest, and then you had the New York sects. I'm from the one that started in One West Harlem, New York, 125th Street in 1969, and we believe in the whole Bible. Now, I'm saying all that to say this. You said, what does it mean to be an Israelite? It starts with your bloodline, right? You coming and stemming from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But when you go through the scriptures, there were certain things you could do to get cut off from the family, meaning like we don't deal with you no more. Now
Mm.
every black family got them kind of rules. Certain things you do, you can't come to
Facts.
the you can't you can't come back around. You know what I'm saying? You ain't my people no more. You ain't and God did us the same exact way. So there's scriptures that say like if you eat food with blood in it, you no longer uh you're no longer the Lord's people.
Mm.
Um you don't keep a Passover, you don't keep a Sabbath, you don't do this. So going through under the Greek captivity, which is found in the book of Maccabees. You ever heard Alexander the Great?
Yes.
Okay, Alexander the Great was a white man who one of his quotes that I like to quote for people is there are many worlds I have not conquered even one. So this white man comes out the cave ready to go and take over everything. There was an Alexandria all over everywhere because of him. Now they took over Jerusalem as well. And when he died, he left it to Antiochus Epiphanes, and they made a rule where we had to be uh, one group of people, one land. You could not serve another god. You couldn't do anything. So as far as the Israelites, they couldn't keep the Sabbath, which in the law, if you didn't keep the Sabbath, guess what? You wasn't an Israelite no more. You couldn't keep any feast days, the Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. If you don't keep these things, you're not an Israelite. You couldn't get circumcised, which was a covenant that they made with their God. All of these things that they told, oh, you couldn't even profess yourself to be a Jew. You had to be a Greek.
Mm.
All right. So this This is all found in the book of Maccabees inside the Bible, and it's all historical. You can go and check it out and see if I'm telling the truth outside of the Bible. But why I'm bringing it up now is as we go through this, the Israelites start to lose their identity. They're no longer Israelites anymore. So when you asking what does it have to be an Israelite, first of all, you got to have the bloodline. Second of all, you got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments that's found in the Bible, or you cut off, you excommunicated. You can't be a part of this family no more. Well, guess what? In First Kings chapter 17, um, both the northern and southern kingdom are excommunicated. Lord, like I'm not dealing with these niggas no more.
Mm,
They hard headed. They don't do nothing I say. I try to bless. I moved 7 nations greater than them out the land, gave them the land. You know what I'm saying? Gave them promises, told them what they was gonna be, set them up to be on top of all the nations on the earth, and all they wanted to do was go be like the other nations.
mm.
All of this is in the Bible. If you don't believe me, just ask me for the scriptures. I'll give it to you. But I'm not rambling right now.
Definitely not.
Just in
Yeah.
case.
If anybody wants some scriptures pulled, don't be scared to hit that link and come up and ask your questions respectfully. I
Mhm.
am putting my foot down about the decorum, so just make sure you come up here with respect if you're going to engage with Officer Kazak today. We're not here to waste this time. Next question. Get to the next
Hey,
one. Go ahead. Yeah, keep keep going.
can I finish on that one?
Yeah,
let me
yeah, yeah. My
let me
bad.
see if
My
I can
apologies.
let my play. No. I was very interested. But the reason why I was bringing all that up is once the northern and southern kingdom get kicked out the land, right? They no longer keeping the law. They don't. The only thing that separate an Israelite from any other nation of people is the covenant, the laws. He never gave his laws to nobody else. So when you see people talking about you got to keep the Sabbath or the Passover or don't eat pork, that was all given to one group of people. The Bible is only for one group of people. It's not for everybody. But once we get kicked out, the northern and southern kingdom in Second Kings, then now we just like everybody else. So what Christ's mission was is to come back and restore the kingdom or the nation of Israel. So, in order to be an Israelite, now you have to come back into the family, which requires repentance. I went 30 something years in my life, ain't never kept no Sabbath, no nothing by no Passover. I did all manner of evil in my community. You get what I'm saying? Sold
Hmm.
poison to my own people, everything. How the hell I'm a child of God? You know what I'm saying? And our people didn't know anything about the children of Israel. As us learning the Bible, we learned the Bible in the church, and the church has never taught us the reality of what's in that Bible. That the children of Israel were special to God, and they believe that that white man who just got over there in 1944 is the same people that was Moses and Abraham and all these other people. So bringing this out, the being back, you got to follow Christ back into the family. You got to repent. You know what I'm saying? You got to come back, keep the law, statutes, and commandments in order to be a real Israelite. Otherwise, you just a person with the bloodline, but you still a Gentile, if you will.
Hmm.
All right, now I think I got it now.
Understood. Understood. Next, got you. Um, can a non-Israelite be saved?
Um, short answer is no. Um, long answer, which I got a lot of them, is
Give me the long one. Give me the long
saved
answer.
from
Pause. Give me the long.
saved from the they can be saved from death, but the salvation uh that's in the Bible or that comes from Christ is very clear. If you go to Psalms 83, it'll talk about all these nations. It'll talk about, the Edomites, the Jebusites, the Ishmaelites, the Hagarenes, Moab, and names some African countries. All of them were confederate against the Israelites. They said, "Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel will be no more in remembrance." And that's what's been our plight. Because we went against the Lord, we went into captivity after captivity. I mean, Assyrian captivity, Babylonian captivity, under the Persians, under the Medes. All this is documented in history. They had the same people up under them, under the Greeks, under Rome. And we at the bottom of America right now, being the greatest people on the planet. Why in the world would we be at the bottom? There's nobody smarter than us. There's nobody stronger than us. Nobody run faster than us. Nobody can live. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we at the bottom? It's because of our disobedience to our power. We wanted to go and serve the other gods. You know why? Because those gods had less rules. No, you got you look at your pops and say, "Well, my pops don't let me go nowhere. He won't let me go outside. I got to be in where the street lights come on." But Bobby and or Johnny and them, they get to hang out past 9 o'clock. They come in what they want. Then when you see when you graduate, you go to college, and Johnny and them who could stay out is going to jail and prison. Then you see why, or getting shot because they out there.
Mm.
Then you see why you had those rules. But the Israelite God is that way. Our Father gave us rules to save our damn life, but we just wanted to have a less lenient power over us. So we served the other gods. When you start talking about the other nations don't need salvation because they were never giving those rules. They were never given the punishment for not following the rules either. What we're being saved from is the all the nations that hate us being oppressed by other people, not being able to serve our God. And if you go in Luke 1 and 68, it says that. It says that we're being saved from our enemies and all of them that hate us, all of them that hate us, so we can be put back in a position of power and authority and might. Because us, with our disobedience, all that might and power has been taken away and given to other nations. So when we talk about them salvation, we talking about being saved from them. How they gonna be saved from them? You know what I'm saying? They the
Facts.
problem. The other nations is the ones that, I mean, come on, man. Right now they gearing up for World War III. A1. Chinese got Chinese. Um, what's their name? South Korea, North Korea, Russia, Iran, Israel, America. All of them got armies. What do the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians do? We got an army. The World War
No,
ain't got no.
not right now.
God is put making this world war happen. So these people with this power and might that's been destroying his people, they're going to destroy each other. That's what it is. So that we don't have to serve them anymore. But we got to be in a position of rulership. Now, the first thing we got to do is get along. So when you saying salvation for other nations, their salvation is not dying. They absolutely will be in the kingdom of God because that kingdom is going to be on earth. Remember, Christ had us praying that thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. That kingdom that we looking for is going to be on earth and it'll be ruled by niggas. Ain't that something?
Mm.
Yeah, their salvation will be to serve in that kingdom. They don't have to die in the Third World War. They don't have to die from thermonuclear. The ones that's left over in Isaiah chapter 60, I'll quote the scripture, and Revelations 21, it says they're going to bring everything they got that's valuable into the Israelites and they're going to serve just like we served them. That's their salvation, to be served.
You cut off after served.
That's their salvation, to be servants.
Servants. Okay. Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. What is the purpose of Israel in God's plan?
Well, originally they were supposed to be like a go between. God always had a mediator. You don't go directly before him. Even the Israelites, um, was supposed to be a mediator between God and all the other nations. However, we wanted to be like all the other nations because it gave us more freedom to do what we want. If our God say we can't get high, you love to get high. You can't sleep with hoes, you love hoes. You can't do this, you can't do that. And the other nations are doing it now. Even right now, we just want to be like them. And our purpose was to show them how to please the God of the Bible, if you will. So they supposed to look at us and say, all right, as a matter of fact, I don't know, if you wanted to get into some scriptures, but I can read it for you what I'm saying. It might be better. But our whole point, the point was
I'll pull up the
for
scriptures and share them on the screen so everybody can follow along at home. And you can, if you're reading out of a Bible, that's cool though. But I would like to share it on the screen so everybody can see exactly what the text is saying.
all right. So in Deuteronomy chapter 4, I believe it's 5 and 6.
Let me get
Let me
that
see.
up right now.
And it's a lot of brothers that's real cold in the school with knowing where all the scriptures are. That's not my strong point, but I do know what they say almost verbatim. But I have to
You
find
said
it.
Deuteronomy what?
So yeah, 4 and 5. And I'm gonna
Gotcha.
read down, and this kind of gives you an idea of what was supposed to happen. Deuteronomy 4 and 5 says, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God." This is Moses talking. "Even as the Lord my God commanded me, that you should do so in the land whether you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations." So he's saying the laws that I'm giving you is your wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. That's what they were supposed to say about us. For what nation is there so great that have a God so nigh unto them as the Lord our God? I'm in verse 7. What nation is there so great which have a God so nigh unto them as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you? Now, this is what they were supposed to be saying. We were supposed to be the example of what it looked like to serve the Most High, and the other nations were supposed to be like, well, what God is this, and what kind of people is this? But that's not what happened. So when you ask that question, what role does Israel have? If you go to Revelations 5, we get redeemed back to being a nation of kings and priests because we dropped the ball. You know what I'm saying? We were supposed to be great and wonderful, and we just wanted to be basic and normal. You ever met a broad like that, A1? You see the potential in her, like she can be great and wonderful, and she just want to be like every other bitch. Okay, you can't curse. You can't curse on here, right?
You good? What like my Omar, like my homie Omar out there, Shalom Omar. Like he say, it's spooky hours right now. You good, brother? It's the late night hours.
I watch my mouth though, but she just want to be like every other woman out there. She don't want to be great and wonderful and precious and valuable. Well, that's Israel. And if you go into Ezekiel 16, the Lord talks about Israel like she's a, I don't think whore is a cuss word, but he definitely says he took her out the dirt, cleaned her up, dressed her up, put her on a nice dress, gave her some earrings and some nose rings and some bangles, and and she slept with every man that passed by. That's how he
I'm
break that
definitely
down.
familiar with that scripture. Yep, I'm familiar.
So that's us. We were supposed to be, the Lord wanted us to be great and wonderful and powerful and all of this, and we just wanted to be regular. So that's Israel for you. So it ain't no
Promiscuous.
flex.
Promiscuous is the
Yeah,
word.
yeah. It ain't no flex to be Israel until we get redeemed and we come back and we walk in our royalty. You get what I'm saying? It's like that nigga in high school that's got potential, and you see him. after high school, and he on the block with everybody else. Like, bro, weren't you supposed to go to college? Were you like Division 1? What you,
He was
brother? It didn't pan out. The potential didn't pan out. So
like,
we just end
damn,
up being
homie. In
everybody.
high school, you was the
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
homie.
What happened to you? What happened to you, bro? That's it. That's Israel for you.
Funny.
So,
All right. Where was I at? Well, you already answered this, but I'm gonna still ask again because it's a setup for the next one. Well, I actually didn't ask it in this context. Why? I did. I didn't ask it, but you explained it. Why do you believe Black Americans are Israelites?
oh, okay, yeah. So in the Bible, you have some key things that would happen to the children of Israel. One is they would be scattered among all nations throughout the four corners of the earth. That happened. All right. Another is they would lose their inheritance. So if you ask an African, you're like, where you from? He like, yo, I'm from Zimbabwe. I'm from Nigeria. I'm from this place, that place. You ask black people, where your ancestors from? They'll say Africa, or I'm an African American or something like that, right? There's no place called Africa America on any map that ever existed. So when you start talking about Africa, okay, it's 52 countries. Inside these countries, you might have, I don't know, I'll lowball it, 3, 4 different tribes or nations of people, tribes inside these nations. Who are we? Who is the niggas in America? Where do we come from originally? I mean, do we want to claim an African nation? I heard we was Igbo, and then I found out the Igbo sold us to the white man. I heard we was, another type of Nigerian. You got like 6 or 7 famous slave ports in Africa, and every one of them, when you go down there, they'll tell you that the slave catchers was celebrated, not the slaves. So, and they was different people. They spoke different languages. They believed different things. So anytime when it come to us trying to trace it back, some brothers use DNA. All right, you're gonna get the same answer. They're gonna tell you, everybody that black that turn in the DNA, you got some type of West African ancestry that's coming along. No, they never gonna tell you indigenous to America, even though it's more black people here than anywhere else. I'm talking about Negroes when I say black people. So when you ask why do we think that is, the scriptures say these people are hard headed, stiff necked. These people want to be like the other nations. These people don't want to follow no rules. These people don't want to do what they supposed to do. Also, um, um, the curses that will befall them for not following is the ones that came upon us. There shall be no might in your hand. You'll build a house, somebody else gonna live in it. You'll have wives and other people gonna sleep with her. You'll plant gardens and vineyards and other people gonna eat and drink from it. You know what I'm saying? And it's all because of your disobedience. Now the crazy part about it, and that we don't want to, that I don't like to do, but I have to do, is break down why we Israel according to the curses. But you can't get around the fact that in the Bible, the children of Israel ain't followed what the Lord said to do. So we them people. We don't follow what the Lord said to do. We envy our oppressor. We hate our brothers. We don't have our families together, our children. We losing them. They trying to be like the other nations. All the things that plague us are the things that was prophesied about the children of Israel that would come to pass if we didn't follow the Most High. That's number one. The other thing is what I was saying about us not knowing exactly where we come from. Everybody else got a land that they can go to. Send the African, go back to Africa. They was telling us that, right? But then you got black people that's like, yo, I was already here. We indigenous. There's an argument about where black people in America come from. There's no argument when you ask a white man, where my people, I'm Irish, I'm German, I'm this. They know where they come from. We the only people on the planet that don't know. You know what I'm saying? And then the only way to our salvation is through the laws, statutes, and commandments that come from the Bible, which that can't apply to nobody else. Everybody else, they can do other things and still be successful. We got one or two niggas in our communities. The first thing we do when we get money is never go back to our community. So it's just some of the traits and the characteristics that it said will befall Israel. We go by that. That's a good start. Then you got some Israelite brothers that's into the DNA thing and all of that kind of stuff. That's not necessarily what I'm into. I'm a man of faith, and I don't think nothing wrong with believing and learning information that kind of match up to come to a conclusion about something that may be a little bit off. And the other reason, A1, is because we know for a fact that the people that's over there in Israel now are not the people, and that the people were dark skinned people. Um, so that's another reason.
Hey, okay. And well, you already answered the next question. What evidence convinced you personally? Unless you wanted to add something to that one.
Well, um, that's that's a good question. Well, the evidence that convinced me personally is when I heard it, it was something I never heard before, and I was a skeptic. So as I kept digging and digging and digging, um, I ran across like the Hyksos. I ran across these people in Egypt, and I'm like, nah, this way too far back. So if you go to when we was in West Africa, um, I remember it was a lot of debates about this, and some people might call it. I know they use that word pseudo a lot. But it's this dude, Equianos, who wrote a book about this. I had another book called Hebrewisms in West Africa, and it was if you I don't necessarily believe everything that's in these books. I'm telling you, but at the beginning of me coming into the truth, these was books that I read that kind of helped me wrap my mind around it because I was a Christian before, and I believe we was Gentiles saved by grace. That's what my grandma them taught. That's what I believe. So now you telling me we the Jews. I gotta find something that says that. So those two books, particular, the Hebrewisms of West Africa, and I can't think of the name of the book. Let me look it up because I don't got it no more. It was a brother named I know his name was Equianos, um, but I can't think of the name of the book. But I had that book, and those was the only two things that I had at the time. And then just going by Deuteronomy chapter 28, like I just said, and some of the prophecies that it said where we would be scattered, and looking at us as a people and saying there's nowhere where we all gathered together. Even in Cleveland, black people are separated. It's
Facts.
north side, south side, east side, west side, this neighborhood, that neighborhood, blood crip, whatever. We ain't never unified on no angle and nowhere. So sound like the children of Israel to me.
Big facts, big facts. We got a new gang taking over, and even they divided amongst their ranks. The Heartless Felons. They done took over like all of Ohio. But yeah, the next one is being a Hebrew Israelite a religion or an identity?
Um, I would say it's a culture. Uh, Religion is what gets you to God. Meaning, like, in order for me to try to get closer to God, I had to stop smoking. I can't sell no dope. I gotta not eat certain foods. I can't go to the strip club. Blah 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 blah. Right. Whatever the rules are, you start to follow the rules. So religion is like that. You do the same thing over and over and over again. Eventually, all those things that you think you can't never live without become like things that you no longer even crave anymore. Like I don't have the desire to do some of the things that I used to do because I haven't done them in so long. It's no longer a habit. It's not even something that I pick up. That's where the religion start. It starts you off. That starts you off. But it's really about a culture that we develop where we are trying to reestablish a nation of people under um every nation has to have some type of uh not constitution, but laws that govern them. So I will not sleep with my brother's wife. I won't steal from him. I won't kill. I won't bear false witness on him, etc., etc. These are the laws, statutes, and commandments that govern it. Some people might call that a religion simply because it's certain things that we do on the regular. We keep the Passover. We keep the Sabbath. It can be looked at as a religion. We don't see it that way. We see it as our culture, and this is something that we have to do because it was a order given to us by our God. Um, I don't know. Maybe from the outside looking in, it might look like religion, but the one key thing that makes it not a religion is that these are a group of people that no matter if they follow it or not. So we look at a lot of people that might be into um, African um, religions or culture or whatever the case may be and say, well, these just lost Israelites. I talk to Israelites on Bigo every day that worship a rock. They Muslims. So we just say they lost Israelites. His brothers, you know what I'm saying, who are in other Israelite groups that we look at like they're Christians, but we say they just off Israelites. So they still our brothers, they still our family, but they off. So I don't know how to answer that because I know how people on the outside may look at, like, some people don't believe in nothing, right? And for the people who don't believe in nothing, you just believing in something is religious to them. So I can say no, because I don't look at it like that. But I think I would understand how other people outside could look at it and see it that way.
Amazing answer. That's an amazing answer. What's the biggest misconception about your beliefs?
That is all about the white man. Um,
Talk
we
talk
we
to me.
we talk a lot about race in America because that's a social construct here in America that we black people been oppressed in a lot of things for a long time. So we talk a lot about it because it's like the elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
However, our issue is more so with us. Like, we gotta learn how to treat each other, and we don't have to worry about our oppressor. If we could do listen, what I'm telling you is what A1 knows how to do, what Humble Mystic knows how to do. Between the three of us, if we could learn how to treat each other to where we had some type of bond, we wouldn't even need to worry about our oppressors. The problem is that we're separated and we're divided. So our oppressor becomes the major focal point in what's going on with us, what our problem is. But the reality is, it's really us. We got to fix us, and then we could worry about everybody else. So as we talking about what's going on, for instance, if we just start talking about all the hate and oppression that we face in America, the key point people miss is that if we learn how to love each other, it ain't gonna matter who hates us because we'll overcome that. And I think that's
Facts.
the major thing that gets swept under the rug because we talk so much about the things that happen to our people. People think that's all it's about. Our major goal to get you and other brothers to see each other as brothers and to learn how to live amongst each other. And I think we got all the talent, all the capabilities, and all the power to stand on our own without even have to worry about no other nation or people. But separated, they become the biggest thing and the biggest hurdle. So,
Amazing answer. Let's move into some history. What's the strongest historical evidence that African Americans descend from ancient Israelites?
that's a good question. Um, to me, is is the revolts. I got about maybe 20 to 30 revolts, and all of them were inspired by the Bible. So when you go to like Harriet Tubman, they called her Grandma Moses, Nat Turner. He said that the Lord told him that go save God's people, something like that. Like these things happen late in the game, right? And these people never professed themselves to be Israelites. However, they did find that the story that was in the Bible was something that they could use for the sake of fighting for their people. And I think we do the same thing here now today. And I think they did the same thing in the scriptures. It always seemed like we was fighting an enemy that was so big that we couldn't get past it. And I think we in the same predicament now. So it's almost like over and over and over again. You see these people at the bottom of Egypt. You see them at the bottom of Babylon. You see them at the bottom of Assyria. You see them at the bottom. Now you see who's at the bottom in America. You say, damn, these the same people. Got to be the same people. They got the same story. So some of the stories in the Bible actually mimic some of the things that we're going through now. You have taskmasters, you have the abortion clinics, killing our firstborn, et cetera, et cetera. To me, it's enough evidence. But I say this, A1, to somebody who don't believe, no amount of evidence is going to be enough. I ain't gonna be able to convince them because they're a non-believer. And to somebody who believes, no evidence is necessary. So when you ask me about what
That was deep
evidence
right there.
you ask, I mean, I hope so. I don't know if it was or not, but I just believe that. I seriously, I say it all the time on Bigo. Like, if you asking me, that those slave revolts is my evidence. It's enough for me. That's the biggest evidence that I have. You know, that those people got a similar story to us, and that they used it for you know them to inspire them to do something about their situation when it seemed like all hope was lost. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine them Israelites that was walking up out of Egypt, and you see that army coming behind them, and then all of a sudden they get across, you know what I'm saying, the Red Sea, and see that arm, the strongest and most powerful army, drown. At the end of the day, this is what we looking at now. How the hell black people gonna get out of here? Donald Trump ain't letting up. It's gonna take divine intervention to get black people up out of here. So, if nothing else, our revolt gonna have to be with our character this time because we built Black Wall Street, and the Lord went with us. They bombed all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Put us right back where we was at every time. And I think it's because we wasn't together, and we was doing something without paying attention to our past. Every time we build something, somebody come in. 70 AD, the first temple, the second temple, all of it had to go. This time though, we gonna have to love each other enough to fight for each other. We was all separated. So when you ask that question about the evidence that I have, that would be mine. Somebody else's might be somebody else's. But I think this the revolts that I have, and I got a bunch of them for blacks and Hispanics using those Bibles for revolts. I think we was tapping into the spirit of our ancestors. If I could, humble.
Shout out Humble Mystic. He came up here to show some support and stand in solidarity. Appreciate you, Humble.
Blessings. Most definitely, most definitely. Y'all already know what's up.
Wait, shalom.
Why do most scholars disagree with One West teachings?
I think because Christianity has 2 point whatever billion people on the planet,
Mm,
and it is the predominant uh religion, if you will, of the entire earth. And our whole agenda is to destroy that doctrine and to show how it don't line up with the scriptures. It don't line up with the Bible. So we basically taking on the biggest and most feared beast on the earth, right? With One West doctrine, they teaching you, oh well, Jesus is God. We saying, nah, he ain't. They teaching you Jesus um only had a mama and he ain't had no daddy. We teaching that's a lie. They teaching you the law is done away with. We saying that's a lie. They teaching you, all nations. Jesus came for all nations, and the Bible is for all people. We saying that's a lie. So a lot of our talking points is anti-Christian rhetoric, and also everybody love the white man. They love the oppressor, and it's anti-oppressor rhetoric, and it's a bit extreme in some points. But we see it as no different than Christ going in the temple and flipping over the damn tables and you know what I'm saying, and saying, hey, y'all ain't gonna get to the most high unless y'all come through me. So I think that's why a lot of people is against quote unquote one West doctrine is because it completely built to obliterate all of the lies that you've been taught by your pastor, all the lies you've been taught by your great grandma and your aunties and all of them who just followed in with it. And when I opened this Bible and I was like, dang, it's right there. Dang, it's right there. All of the information you need in the Bible to destroy Christianity. And nobody else uses the Bible to destroy Christianity. We do. That's our job.
I see we got a comment in the chat from Coach Menard. I'm gonna pose it as a question though because I don't know the answer to it, or I don't know if what his statement was correct. So, do you agree with the Christian teachings that Jesus walked on water and fed the people with fish, etc., um, just like the Christians,
Yeah.
or similar to the Christian doctrine?
I mean, I believe what the text said. Now listen, you talking to a brother that knows that what I believe is crazy to other people. I believe 90 million angels is coming out the sky, niggas coming back to save uh, us and all of this. Walking on water, um, parting the Red Sea, donkeys, all of this stuff. I believe in all of it. If it's in the text, I believe it. If it's something that's misconstrued about the text, I don't. And I have heard different, I don't know, I'm gonna call it Gnostic teachings about the scriptures. And I think that those could be true too. It's a lot of allegory and metaphors in the Bible, and that could be one of them. But if I don't know of that allegory or metaphor and I can't document it with other places in the Bible, for instance, the walking in water, I don't see that nowhere else to say that it means anything else different. It could, but I only teach what I've been taught. So, um, yeah, absolutely. I believe in all of that.
Got you,
If it's
got
in
you.
the text, not Christian doctrine, but if it's in the text, some things Christians say is actually in the Bible. Walking on water is actually in the Bible. But I have heard other Israelites break it down and say it means something else.
Mm,
But I believe it. I just take it literal. Whatever I can't prove somewhere else in the Bible that means something else, I just take it as literal and roll with it.
got you, got you. Um, do you believe mainstream history is intentionally hiding the truth?
Um, that's a good question. Yeah, I think so. Now that is can almost sound like a conspiracy theory if you ain't careful.
Mm,
However, if you find out that the people that's been hated and oppressed the most on this planet was really God's chosen people, what does that really mean? You know what I'm saying? Like the people that's over there ain't. That mean they would have to get a land back. They would have to give us back our Bible. They would have, Christ was an Israelite. That would make Jesus black. Paul was an Israelite. That would make Paul black. All of these people would be black people. And you got to remember the culture vultures would like to take the spotlight. When you see the Ten Commandments, Charleston Hester is playing it. When you see the Passion of the Christ, You got a white man playing Jesus. Everywhere you see, you got white people. So if you find out this is Black history, that's a big deal. That's a major deal. How many of them 2.1 billion Christians you think would still say they'll die and kill and serve Jesus if he was a nigga?
Mm, mm. You right about that. That's a good one. I never asked myself that question.
Yeah, I do think it's a somebody know what's going on and somebody's hiding the truth. And then you got these people in the Vatican, they worshiping a black Madonna. They got the little things with the baby and the black woman and all this other stuff. They got records that we ain't got. They got, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the Ark of the Covenant is somewhere. We don't know where none of this stuff is at. And it's you see it in writings, people talking about it, but the artifacts is somewhere. Where the hell the artifacts at? That's what the main argument be when we talk to people that's pro African history and all of that. They stuff is there. Where the hell is the Israelite stuff? We got little pieces and all of that. I think it's because they are much major, more of a major player than they leading on, and that's why the uh the white men that's in so-called Israel now, that's why they so important in the game, because they've taken on the spot of God's chosen people. Everybody, I don't care who you are, knows that in the Bible God chose a people. So if you could just act like them people don't exist no more, or like these the people instead of them the people, then it changes everything. Are you talking A1?
Oh yeah, I was talking. I said I think this question is from Humble. Can you explain the earliest historical reference to Israel and what is the name of the document?
Um, I don't know off the top of my head. Um, I know of some documents, but I wouldn't know what's the oldest one. I'm one of the brothers that has not necessarily dive into the like the oldest historical reference, but I would think I would think it would have to be somewhere in Egypt or some type of stella or something like that. I would think, but I don't know for sure.
I think just from listening in on all of the open panels and debates, I think it might be the Minerva stele, but no, yeah, I say shaking his head. What's the name of the stele, the oldest one?
Soleb inscription.
Soleb inscription. Did I say it right?
Yep, that's go from the time of Ramses.
Okay. How do you spell that?
What is it called?
I just want to pull it up and I'm gonna
Soleb, the
save it.
Soleb inscription with the Shasu of Yahoo. Soleb, Soleb. Soleb inscription.
It's got Israel on it.
No, that's dealing with the God.
What God?
Yahoo. Yeah, which I would consider Yahweh or Yahuwah, whatever you like to pronounce it. But that's the oldest attestation for the God. Will be Soleb.
Oh, when I was
So you
asking about I think wait, what was the question? Hold on, let me pull it back
was
up.
what was the oldest writings with Israel in
Israel.
it?
Yeah, with Israel in it.
Well, mentioning them.
Yeah. What is the
Um,
earliest reference to Israel? And what would be the name of the document that we could find
Oh,
it in?
okay, yeah. Y'all on track with the Renepta and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, I'll be listening. I'll be paying attention when they be talking. I ain't never looked it up myself, but I know they've been talking a lot about that Minerva stele. So, uh, hey, I like that avatar over there. Okay, let's get to the next one. We got a few
hey,
questions in the chat.
humble. Was that the answer? That was the answer. You asked that question.
Yeah, ask that question. Yeah, the Merneptah Stele, 1208 BCE.
Yeah. Um.
I've been
Yeah,
learning. Every day I
I
be on
wanted
here,
to
I be learning.
I wanted I wanted to say that, but I don't like to be presumptuous. If I don't know for sure, I'm gonna be like, I don't know.
That's the best way to do it. You don't want to get caught out there with that lazy jab.
Yeah, I done seen many people walk themselves into a body bag, just trying to act like they know something they don't know.
You good, Asha? You ain't got to raise your hand. You can chime in whenever you feel.
Yeah, yeah. Question in regard to historical and archaeological record shows us that the god is a Midianite Edomite god, but within the text that you're dealing with, your text says that the Edomites and the Midianites were enemies of the god, but that contradicts the archaeological consensus. So, what's your stance on that?
Um, I'm not. I don't know if Edomites had their own records, right? But the records of the scriptures talk about how this God said he gonna destroy the Edomites. He hate the Edomites. Didn't choose the Edomites. They sold inheritance and all of this that's in the Bible. So if you go to Obadiah, it's like every last one of them, something gonna happen to them. You know what I'm saying? That don't sound like it could be the God of the Edomites. But what I do know is a lot of people get the God, the Canaanite God, Yahweh, and they move from there. So the Canaanites would predate the Edomites. So is it a Canaanite God or is it a Edomite deity? Or did the Edomites steal it from the Canaanites? I don't know. Here's what I do know. I do know in the text that I believe in, it talks about him destroying the Edomites and moving the Canaanites out the way for the children of Israel. So I think he's their God.
We
That
know
would be
for a
my
fact
position
that
on that.
archaeological historical record, when we look at Mesopotamia, which is that's where Abraham's coming from. Correct me if I'm wrong. Abraham's coming from Mesopotamia. When we look at the Mesopotamian pantheon, we see no Yahoo, Yod, Hey, Why, Hey, nothing close to that. When we go into
Mm,
Canaan, which is where Abraham travels to, we have things like the Baal cycle, which features the deities that be in Canaan. And we still don't have this God. But in our oldest attestation for the name of your God, and that's what I was referring to when I'm talking about the soul level scripture, we do see that this Midianite, Transjordan, Edomite group, the Shasu of Yahoo, we do see them, right? And they're bearing the same name that we see the Elephantine Jews utilize, right? When they are setting up their establishment in their worship, they use the god Yahoo and his consort Anat Yahoo. And we also see a third, what we would consider witness and attestation to this same deity with the modern Jews. For even the name of the minister over there, his name is Netan what? Yahoo. And that's the
Yahoo.
same name. Yep, Netanyahu. So that's the
right.
same name that we observe with the Shasu of Yahoo. The Elephantine Jews are deifying Yahoo, and we still see that in the name used by the
Well,
modern Jews over there in that area. They're still utilizing Yahoo. So
to be
So
fair,
I take the stance of the God of the Bible existed before the Bible, before there was an Israel, this particular deity existed. Now, who belonged to this deity or worshiped this deity before the Israelites? You probably be better at that than me. But here's what I do know. One thing he told these particular people is not to be like nobody else. Don't worship me like nobody else. Your customs gonna be different. Your dietary law gonna be different. I don't know if they was keeping the Sabbath. You probably know that. I don't know. I don't know if they was keeping. I know they wasn't keeping no Passover. I know they, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe some of the customs might have been the same. However, when it comes to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you know what I'm saying? This particular deity, according to the Bible, that's all I'm familiar with. I don't know about none of these other people you talking about. I don't know them niggas.
Well, to be fair, the term Yah, who on the Soleb inscription is a toponym. It's not a description of a deity. That is the consensus. Now
Wait a minute. What that mean?
what you no,
What
this
that
is for
mean?
Asha.
No, I'm
Now
saying
this
what's a toponym? I
oh
be trying to learn too though.
it's a place name. It's not the name of a deity. It's a place
So
name.
yeah, one day
So
I'm gonna be one of them
What
smart Israelites. Everyone. One day.
what's that mean, Ben? No, like a place name. Explain that to me.
it is a place for for the Egyptians. It's describing the place that they are coming from. It's describing the area in which these groups are coming from. It's not used as, and you can, it's on the wiki page, by the way. It's not being used as like a determinative name for a deity, but it's used in the Kenite hypothesis. If you look up the Kenite hypothesis, that's what I say is pretty much describing these Midianite groups, Edomite groups. But it is an interesting hypothesis, but it's very outdated, and no Christian scholarship actually uses this anymore. What really is the case is that Yahweh, as it becomes a deity for these groups later, is a very historically elusive deity. So he's hard to track because he's not really well documented. And we're not even sure if it's a particular deity. You know, but that's a whole nother conversation. But I wanted to just add that.
Humble Mystic, you
Hey, if
still
I
there?
could,
Humble Mystic, you still
if I
there?
let me
Just
jump in
real
there real
quick.
quick, Ashay,
Yeah, I'm
to what
here.
he just
Oh,
said.
you still there? So you remember earlier when we was doing the when
Bro,
we was
one
having the
second,
same
1 second there,
conversation?
Shay. Hold on 1 second. We're gonna let Kazak get in there, then we're gonna let you get in there.
No
And
problem.
I know exactly where you about to go. Go ahead, Kazak.
No, I was just gonna say to what the brother just said. Um, like when he's saying that he was an elusive deity, from my understanding, and y'all could correct me if I'm wrong. Yahweh could mean something along the lines of, like how they use Allah, meaning it's not a proper noun. It could be a title. I don't know that though. Y'all have to correct me on that, but I did hear that though.
That's the thing too. That can be a title. Yeah. But permission to speak, right?
Yeah. It's your turn now, Nasha.
You good?
Yeah.
Right. When we was having the same conversation earlier, right? Humble.
Mm-hmm.
And we with the brother being eaten, that was the same stance that Pitbull was saying is the other side of the academic consensus, correct?
Yes.
And we found out by investigation that that is the weaker side of academic consensus, and the stronger side of academic consensus that they were describing the deity.
They was describing a deity. Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I got a question. What's the stronger side of the consensus? I'm not aware.
The stronger side of consensus that they were talking about the deity, the same deity that the Elephantine Jews are deifying, and the same
I got
deity
you.
that we see Netanyahu,
Who's saying
excuse me, and the same deity that we see is utilized within Netanyahu's name. For when Netanyahu is saying Netanyahu, the Yahoo is part is him uplifting his God. For the same thing when we see in Elephantine, when the Jews are worshiping their God, right? They describe their God by Yahoo, and his consort is Anat Yahoo. This is the same Yahoo spelled the exact same way when we look at the Soleb inscription.
I get what you're trying to do. Oh, I'm sorry. This is your.
I'll just say this:
I'm not trying to do
it's
anything. I'm
not.
just aligning up with academic consensus.
Yeah, I got you, but you have yet to show me who's actually talking. Let's do it like this. Mark Smith and Cross is probably like the go-to scholars when we're talking about this. Maybe Francesca Stavrakopoulos. I'm wondering what other side of the consensus are you like? What are you? Who are you talking about? Who are actually saying this, and what data are you interpreting? Like, I want to understand, because if we look up the soul
Get
evidence
back on
scripture,
these games, humble.
And
Time to
then
play
after
with
this,
them.
I want to get back to asking
yeah, no, I
Kazak some
want to,
Get
yeah,
back
questions,
on
but go
these
ahead.
games.
I won't even do it, but we can do it.
We
You
might
know,
have to say that one for its own episode. That sounds like something
it's
interesting right
open.
there.
Yeah, we can do it.
We might have to get you two brothers together over here sometime this week. Um, yeah, where was I at? Oh yeah, okay. What is the most important prophecy supporting your doctrine? Because I
Mm, that's a tough question. I got my favorites. I'll just say, for the sake of one West, I'll just say Jeremiah 23. Let me get there real quick and I'll read it real quick. Just the first part so you can get why I'm saying that. There's a lot of prophecies. I wanted to say Isaiah 11. Um, it talks about it, but most of them talk about the redemption. You know what? I'm fighting with the Jeremiah 23 and the Ezekiel 36. Ezekiel 36 is when I pull on Christians, but when I'm not around uh Christians, I would go to Jeremiah 23. Um, let me read it real quick. So this is from the prophet Jeremiah's chapter 23 and verse 1. It says, "Woe be unto the pastors that destroy the sheep of my pasture, saith the Most High. Therefore, thus saith the Most High Yahweh of Israel against the pastors that feed my people. You have scattered my flock and driven them away, have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Most High, and I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whether I have driven them, and will bring them again into their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Most High. Behold, the days come, saith the Most High, where I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is the name whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness. I'll stop right there, but that's like a major one for me. You there?
yes, sir, I was muted. Why should your interpretation be preferred over traditional Christianity?
Um, well, I said this earlier. You had the Pharisees and the Sadducees who were the they were basically the overseers of the scriptures. They was the black leaders, if you will, the church uh for the time when Yahushua steps on the scene. And he literally comes in and says, y'all don't know what y'all talk about. The scripture really talking about this. I break it down, you give it to it. What we say is Moses was given the law, the letter of the law, and Christ was given the breakdown. This is a spirit behind the law. Every law it is. You think it's just not to have sex with whores, but it's something deeper that's going on that's spiritual. Because everything that you do carnally, eating, uh, you know, drinking, having sex, all of these things, once you do it the way that the Lord says to do it, now it becomes spiritual, but it's a very carnal act. So when you say why should our breakdown be is because of the Holy Spirit. Of course, the Christians ain't gonna agree with that because they think they got it, saying that I can do whatever the hell I want to, and Jesus already done said I'm forgiven. Well, that doctrine has failed black people. Us treating each other however we want to, and then saying Jesus already paid the price for it, has caused us to murder our own people. It's caused us to, rob and steal from our own people, sleep with brothers' wives, and do we end up acting like these other heathen nations and have no standards and morals when we are supposed to be royalty. What we are designed to do is to put back black people back into the realm of being warriors and superior to all other nations based on our character. And character is the key thing when serving the Most High. It ain't really about a lot of the other things that it take. You can go read the 48 laws of power and learn how to come up in this society. This is a wicked society. However, a just society will require you to be a person that has a good reputation and that is designed to do the right thing even when nobody's looking, and nobody
Facts.
talk about that. Christians
Facts.
definitely don't talk.
Ashay, he wanted to ask a question. You gentlemen can I'm gonna let you gentlemen go ahead and get at brother Kazak. I see you guys are eager to ask him some questions, so we're gonna turn it into like a little argument alley where you guys can question him back and forth and dialogue. Go ahead, Ashay.
Yeah, I just want to ask him about Melchizedek. In the case of Melchizedek, when we're looking at the Dead Sea Scrolls, we see Melchizedek is an angelic agent of the God, right? And he's like an end time figure where he's giving judgment on the wicked in the index. He's almost playing the role of like Jesus in Revelation. And then when we look at Second Enoch, which I'm pretty sure you don't subscribe to, and that's fair, we see that he's the son of the brother of Noah, Near, and his wife Sopanim, and he's pretty much where I observe that the Muslims are getting their identification for Christ, where he's talking from the cradle, he's already in the priestly garments. This is Melchizedek I'm talking about in the Second Enoch, and then we have the basic Masoretic tradition where he's this priest king of pagan society, which is Canaan at the time. And Melchizedek gets up with him and he has no mother or father. So out of these three accounts that we have from the Jews, which one should we be running with, and which one do you subscribe to more closely? The angelic figure, the guy who's the son of Noah, Noah's brother, Neir, or this guy with no mother or father who's a priest king of the paganistic society, the Canaanites?
I don't subscribe with none of them. I think they all wrong. Um, as far as Melchizedek, the Bible don't speak too much on him, right? But some things I do know. If you asking what's one West breakdown of who Melchizedek is an appearance, and it don't really go into details. It don't say he's from no tribe. It don't say, he's no angel. It don't say nothing, but it does say he is a priest, and it does say he is a king. So if that's the case, you want to say a priest and a king of Salem or a peace. What we believe is that is an appearance of what would later be Christ in the Bible. So we teach reincarnation, and we teach that Christ came 5 times. Now I'm not the person to go into details about that, but I can tell you what we teach that they are, and where we get the information from. However, with what you asking about Melchizedek is just a priest in a priesthood that existed before the Levites was even born, and that um, story is in the Bible just to show that there was always a priesthood. There was always men of God, that even men that were in a positions of power and authority recognized, and that they paid a portion to, or gave a portion to. That's all the Bible really say. Everything else, them
So
Jewish people made up.
Eh,
I think they just made it
you
up.
do
Now, as
say,
far
sorry. Sorry, you can go ahead and finish. I apologize.
As far as the Dead Sea Scrolls, I think it's like three or four different versions of Daniel and the Dead Sea Scrolls. The Enoch that we have is not the one from the Dead Sea Scrolls, like a portion and the rest of it was written. So of course you're right on that. But as far as the Dead Sea Scrolls, it's a lot of writings in there that are not necessarily biblical, if you will.
Okay.
So
So you do say that the Bible gives us clues. I mean, in text about Enoch. I mean about Melchizedek, and you said that he's a priest. Then you said he's a king, but you failed to leave out the fact that he's set up in the land of Canaan. He's a Canaanite priest king, and in specific, his deity was El. While Abraham was dealing with El Shaddai, right? He gets introduced to Yod Hey Wahe. We don't see that Melchizedek is a priest king of Yod Hey Wahe. He's a priest king of the Canaanite god El, who we see featured in the Baal cycle. So you failed to kind of leave that out, and I was wondering why, because that's not something that the rabbis put in. He was literally a priest king in Canaan. So can you kind of like give us a understanding of why Abraham is following this pagan priest king?
yeah, I don't know nothing about him being no pagan. As far as I know, he was um, a priest after the same order that Christ came into. So for what you talking about, um, I think they made a lot of that stuff up. That's what I think. What I mean by that is I've heard theories of with the scriptures that say that you have the Elohist and the Yahwist, and they were two different sects of Israelites, some following El, some following quote unquote Yahweh, and the scriptures come from both sects, and they combine them in the Bible. I heard that before when I was looking up. I was supposed to do a debate with a dude that said a white man wrote the Bible, and I ran across the information. I had never heard it before, and I asked about that information, and um I believed in the same way that Yahweh is like it can be a term that people use for God, like Allah. Um, I think El is the same way. Lord, it could be like Lord or something like that. So when you try to make it a proper noun in that sense, to say that this particular deity they follow here or whatever the case may be, I don't know. I can't walk with you on that. What I can tell you is inside the scriptures, the Most High wasn't dealing with nobody who ain't deal with him. So if Melchizedek had been a pagan dealing with some other deity other than the God of the Bible, then it wouldn't have mentioned that in the Hebrew scriptures or in the Israelite scriptures. So I think your information that you got, it comes, and I think it's all written later. In other words, what I mean by that is they went back and they comprise it. Now you'll have to show me something with a date earlier than what's in the Bible of Melchizedek, particularly not the deity, but Melchizedek, in order for me to see that. And I watched your debate on Melchizedek, and some of that stuff you were saying was on, and some of it wasn't. I don't think it was the same Melchizedek.
So the Dead Sea Scroll is the oldest Hebrew manuscript that exists, correct?
Um, that they'll admit to.
Yeah, I'm not really with propagandist talk. I'm just with consensus and just academia. So academic
Yeah, but
consensus
I
says that
don't
the
think the
Dead Sea
consensus.
Scroll is
I don't think the consensus is always right though. Actually, that's what I'm saying.
so
If I go to if I go to academia, if I go to I don't know whatever AI you using and ask them, was Jesus born of a virgin? It's gonna say yes. If I ask them, is black people the Israelites? It's gonna say no. You ain't got no evidence of this. They don't have none of that. So a lot of the things that we teach, almost all of it, would not be academically sound in the way that you want, because the devil don't would never say that niggas is the chosen people of God. They would never say that. I don't give a damn what you show them, what evidence they have, what stellaries they have. They'll hide it, or they'll remove it, or they'll make it seem like it don't exist.
Really fast, cause can you break down Hebrews 7:3 for us? What do you make of that?
Let's go to it.
I can share it really fast. I got you. Hold on.
Do you have a premise about it that why you asking, or you just want me to
Yeah.
just
So
break it down?
Ashe asked you. Ashe gave you three premises about Melchizedek. In his last premise, he gave you about Melchizedek not having a mother or father, and you
Mhm.
said you don't agree with any of them, but yet you agree with the Bible. And so in
Yeah.
Hebrews 7:3, while I'm sharing my screen, I'm gonna get it now. But it clearly states in the text that
Oh
for
no.
this
Oh,
Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High, who met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the kings and blessed him, who also, so basically here, right? When we get here to 3, it say without father, without mother, without descent, having neither beginning of days or end of life, but made like unto the Son of God, right? Ashe gave you this description and you said you did not agree with it. So now that you see it in the Bible, do you agree with it now, or do you still not agree with it?
Ashe didn't give me this description. He gave me three descriptions. One being an angel-like figure, one being a person that followed after pagans, and I can't remember what the middle one was. What was the middle one, Ashe?
He's the one right here you looking at, the one where he said the people said that he didn't have a mother or father, and you said you didn't
That's the
agree with
No,
same. That's the
none of them.
pagan one. That's the
The
pagan
pagan
one.
one,
That's the
yeah.
Salim one. That's the Salim. And
yeah,
then you have second Enoch when he's not even in the bloodline of Noah, where he's Noah's brother's son, and he's
yeah, that
taken
was
back
it.
to
That
be
was
a
it. That
yep.
was the
So
other
it's
one.
three.
But the pagan one that you saying, right? If you saying not having mother or father or whatever the case may be, according to, remember what I said, humble. I said according to the Bible, there's not much information given about Melchizedek. He shows up. We call it a appearance, because there's no, like, for instance, you'll see other people in the Bible where, like, for instance, if it's Moses or Noah, you have a whole story about them. Oh, this is their father, this is their mother, this is where they came from, this is where they went to, this is the conversation the angel had with them, etc., etc. You don't see that about Melchizedek. He shows up, he collects tithes, and you don't really hear about him no more. That's it. He's in this one place in the Bible. So I'm saying that everything else that you got, all of this other stuff, they made it up.
But this is
A
in
So
the
the
lot of
Bible
so
people.
though, because
in wait what one
Hold
second,
on one
humble,
second.
because this is the
One
problem
second,
I'm having.
Ashley.
Go
Let
ahead.
me finish. What I'm saying is all of these extra biblical books, even some of them
no,
that's in
this
the
is in
Dead Sea
Hebrews
Scrolls,
though.
I'm telling you, I agree completely with what's in Hebrews. What I have a problem with in Hebrews, it doesn't say he was a pagan. It doesn't say that he was serving no other God. It says he was the Son of God. And if this is in the Bible, then we were talking about a follower of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
This is a problem,
That's
and I'm
two
gonna tell you
different
the
things.
problem. Let me tell you the problem. This is a big problem as well. This is why I asked you about the Dead Sea Scrolls being the oldest academic relied on consensus that we can look at and say, yeah, this is the oldest attestation for the Hebrew. Like this is the oldest that y'all get. This is the oldest to get. You got silver scrolls and some little stuff like after that come afterward. But when it comes to the Hebrew, this the oldest one you got. It's the Dead Sea Scrolls, primary text, untampered with. Masoretic ain't written all over it. No, we just did with the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Jews of
Shay.
of Qumran. 1 second, Qumran, right? Primaries. And within those primaries, which are dated to antiquity, before you get any of this stuff, Greek Septuagint, any of it, right? We see that Melchizedek, you can't say that's made up because it's coming from primaries. So Melchizedek is an angelic figure right there. So if anything, what we're dealing with, as far as the biblical text goes, is a made-up character. This is the made-up character because he is a pagan. Because Abraham's the Hebrew, right? And he's the one coming with the lineage, and he's the one who's giving birth to Israel and all of these guys. They all coming through Abraham lineage. Before that, who's in Canaan holding down anything for Shem? Salim, A is the name of a Canaanite deity, and B was Canaan land, right? Before Abraham gets there.
Mm-hmm.
So now we finna try to flip it and say that they was already holding down El Shaddai in Canaan, because Abraham was dealing with El Shaddai before he come to Canaan, right? That was what he was dealing with.
Yes.
So we don't see Melchizedek dealing with El Shaddai. We don't see Melchizedek dealing with Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh. Matter of fact, you just pull up the book of Hebrews, which is in the New Testament. Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh is not mentioned one time in the New Testament. Not one. Not one. So this is dangerous, bro. Like, this is, if anything, what you're dealing with that Masoretic stuff and all that New Testament stuff, that's the made up stuff. If we want to look at the actual record and what the actual Jews left behind for us to observe, Melchizedek was an angel like Gabriel and Michael.
Yes.
That's
All
what
right.
the Dead Sea Scroll reveals.
Yeah.
All right, so let me help you out. The Dead Sea Scrolls was found when, Ashe?
The Dead Sea Scrolls was found on a modern level. I believe it was in the 1900s on a modern level. But it's because we've discovered something in modern sense does not mean that the people of antiquity did not have availability to these records. Just because we just found
That's
it
not what I'm
does
talking
not mean
about.
that the people of old just found it. Because they were talking about the
That's not
Hittites back in the day,
that's not my
but
point.
we just had found
That's not
about the
my point.
Hittites in modern times. But you can go ahead.
That's not my point. My point is, if we coming from the 1611, right? Then you got to understand that they had some sort of text that the Dead Sea Scrolls only would either validate or make invalid when they find the Dead Sea Scrolls. The big deal about the Dead Sea Scrolls is they stumble upon it. It's got some of the records that we already had in the Bible to say, oh, look, this is something from antiquity that they have it. We already know the carbon dating system is bullshit. We already know a lot of this other stuff. It could be, but you go by the oldest text. I don't go by the oldest text because that don't mean nothing to me. The same text that they have in 1611 is the same text they reading because it quotes. When I go through in the New Testament, it says as it is written, and it quotes the text. So the people in the first century who was quoting the text that they already had, everybody had this text. You err not knowing the scriptures. Does it not say in the Psalms, you are God? All right, you look in there, it says you are God. So this information was already in the scriptures. Dead Sea Scrolls or not. There's also other text that's in the Dead Sea Scrolls that was found in the caves that is not in the text. And that's what I was talking to you about before. So to come like, oh, the Dead Sea Scrolls is the end all be all, the Dead Sea Scrolls only validates the text that we already had. That's the only reason it's important. If they would have just found these books in the caves and they didn't have no Bible, they didn't have nothing to go off, nobody would have gave a fuck about the Dead Sea Scrolls. You making it seem
Humble
like this is the end all be all when in 1611 they had no Dead Sea Scrolls and they still had the text that he got translated into Latin and into English.
and you got in this is where I help you out because you got the misinterpretation, brother. Humble, I'm not on my laptop or my phone. If you don't mind sharing your screen and going into this for me real quick. Deuteronomy 32, 8 and 9 versus Deuteronomy 32, 8 and 9 Dead Sea Scrolls, the difference. So we can observe how they've been scammed.
You said Dead Sea Scrolls,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, Dead Sea Scrolls, Deuteronomy 32, 8 through 9 versus the Masoretic, which they have. Deuteronomy 32, 8 through 9.
All right, hold on. Bang.
History matters. History really matters.
I got you. Hold on. What? Real fast. I'm about to share this.
And they should be telling me this. I shouldn't be telling them this.
Dead Sea Scrolls versus the Masoretic text differences. So let's say the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Masoretic text stand as pivotal, ancient biblical manuscripts unveiling the intricate tapestry of the biblical text, history, and evolution. The Dead Sea Scrolls unearthed the mid 20th century span from the 3rd century BCE and the 1st century CE, offering a panoramic view of the textual diversity of the era. Conversely, the Masoretic text, the encapsulate the authoritative Hebrew text in the Jewish Bible, meticulously compiled and standardized by the Masoretes between the 6th century, 10th century CE. This textual dichotomy reveals profound differences in terms of textual verifications, scribal practices, theological implications, and other subsequent
Can you just get Deuteronomy this 32, 8 through 9? Just them verses.
Let's see. All right. Significant test. Let's see if we can do just the verses. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, just 32, 8 through 9. Just 32, 8 through 9. Chapter 32, verses 8 and 9. The differences. And it's gonna be a big difference. It's gonna be really wild because this is changing the whole understanding of the way that you are even comprehending the text. This is gonna be wild. But he's saying that not the elephantine, that the Dead Sea Scrolls, forget that. We don't need that.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
You say,
that's not
what are you saying? What are you saying in regard to the Dead Sea Scroll?
I'm saying that the only claim to fame the Dead Sea Scrolls has is because it validates the text that already existed.
And we about to see that it does not do that.
It's not its own thing. You can't take nothing that they wrote when they got 5 different versions of Daniel in the Dead Sea Scrolls, when they got all of these other books that didn't make it.
Are they calling it Daniel in the Dead Sea Scrolls? Is there a I guarantee you for a fact that the Dead Sea Scrolls ain't got not a chapter or book in it called Daniel. That's something that y'all did that's that Masoretic twist where y'all put these. Oh, Daniel wrote this. No, the Dead Sea Scrolls don't see Daniel.
Calling it Daniel.
You see that? Excuse me. You see the information that's inside of Daniel. Some of the quotes inside of the book that you call Daniel inside of the Dead Sea Scrolls, and you say there's 5 different verses, 5 different versions.
So I'll show you which one is the right one. If they had 3 different ones, 3 different versions.
I'm sitting here looking, thinking y'all can see the screen. Y'all can't even see.
So Ashay, if they had 3 different versions of the same text, which one is the right one?
That's exactly what I just asked you regarding Melchizedek.
Yeah, and I'm trying.
There's
I'm
3
trying
different versions of Melchizedek, and you say you don't take none of them.
I'm trying to tell you that your connection with trying to believe that the Jewish man got the right answer is wrong. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, the Jewish man is the Dead Sea Scrolls. So let's go to it. So we got it on the screen real quick, brother. I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna fall back off you because I ain't here for all that. I'm just here for a little bit of clarification for the family. So the Masoretic text, it's traditional Hebrew that you subject to. It says 32 and 8. It says, when the Most High gave the nation their inheritance, when he divided humankind, he set the boundaries of the peoples according to the numbers of the sons of Israel. That gave you a big talking point for Hebrew. For the Lord's portion is his people, Jacob his allotted inheritance. Now watch how we get crazy when we deal with the real Jews. When the Most High gave the nations their inheritance, when he divided humankind, he set the boundaries of the people according to the numbers of the sons of God. Wait, for the Lord's portion is his people's, Jacob is his allotted inheritance. And that word right there for Lord, right? Because the Most High, that word up there, Most High, that's Elion. That's Elion. And that word down there for Lord, that's Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh. So it's two different gods up in this joint right here. And that's what you actually observe when you're looking at the antiqual information, that they were polytheistic. When you look at what you got, that's after the whole monotheistic wave where monotheism was being pushed heavily. You got that version, the new reductive version. But the ancient Jews, the real Jews, they didn't mind their polytheistic view.
That was your point.
Entirely.
Hey, hold that. Put that back up. If you could, humble.
Gotcha. I'm about to pull it back up now.
All right, never mind. Don't worry about it.
You
What I
sure?
was, what I would say to that is, I mean, everything you saying, right? Everything that you're saying would be based on what you think, based on the information that you have. If you really go into it, right? Allah, or yeah, Allah, that word that you call it Elion. Hold on one second.
Elion and Allah are not equivalents. El and Allah are equivalents, but Elion and Allah are two different concepts.
Yeah, but it's the same. It's the same root word though.
No, El Elyon. See, El is the deity, and Elyon is the status of the deity. So Elyon actually translates to Most High.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
But El
The,
is God, and Allah is God. But Elyon
this
is
is the
Most High.
same thing I done said to you 3 times. I said it about Yahweh. I said it about El, and now I'm saying it now. You have titles, and then you have proper nouns. The God of the Bible's proper name is Yahweh. El is not a proper name for it. Just like Elohim, it's the same root word. It's there. It just means the Most High. It's a name of a deity or ruler, or either like a monarch or something like that. It just describes what his title is and what he's doing. And the El of the children of Israel would not be the El of another nation, because the El of the children of Israel prefers them over another nation. Even the scripture that you just pulled in where we at, Deuteronomy 32, is literally saying when the Most High divided the nations, he did it according to the children of Israel. So no matter whether you got El Elyon or two gods or whatever, this particular deity is still choosing a group of people, and it ain't the damn Canaanites, and it ain't the
You see how we
Jebusites.
just missed the point, family?
So I think the point was why. So if it was one God, why wouldn't you use the same name for the same God? Why would you? Why
Did
would
y'all
you?
just cut him off? Was he still talking?
No, no, no,
No,
Nah.
no, 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 no. They
He
Okay,
ain't
my
cut me
bad.
off.
is.
Go ahead.
So, why would you use two different names of two different gods for the same God to represent the same God in the Bible?
And then he
Yeah,
just
because
said, you see, and wait, watch this. And you see how he just said, you see how it's
let me
according to the
answer. Let
numbers
me
of the
answer.
sons of Israel, not the Canaanites. But that's the Masoretic. The Dead Sea Scrolls, the official Jews, the oldest attestation that we have for the Hebrew, they're not saying sons of Israel. They said
What
the
it say?
sons of Elohim, letting you know that once again, they're sitting in this polytheistic council. It's the same thing that happens in Psalms when it says that God sat at the council amongst the gods. Because we know that they have a polytheistic origin, brother. You can keep playing this game, but it's gonna put you in some deep trouble.
Nah, it's not gonna put me in no trouble because I'm solid on what I believe in. Psalms 83, at the end of it says that all of these people is there. All of these nations are there, and they are confederate against the children of Israel. And he's praying that the God destroy them. And the reason he's praying so that men may know that thou whose name alone is Yahweh is the most high over all the earth. So it's just compacting everything you saying. He's talking about the Most High there. He's talking about Yahweh's there. He's talking about the sons of God in there, all in the same text. So when you try to make it and say this is polytheistic or this is something else, that's based on your understanding of these other deities in Canaanite stuff or in Sumer or wherever the hell you getting this information from. That's where you getting polytheism in. It's not in the Bible. In the Bible,
Okay.
in the Bible they name Ashtaroth, they name Baal, they tell you that it's other deities that belong to other nations of people. But the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is Yahweh. He is the Most High. It's saying that he is the only real God, and everything else is an idol. So you can give these other deities power, but it is called that the
I'm
title
gonna hit you with
of
this.
Allah or
I'm
Al
gonna hit.
or
I'm
El.
gonna hit you with this and fall back. And I'm believing to the people. This is my last statement. If your God is the God that he's saying he's supposed to be, right? God of all things, that he created everything. How the hell? And you literally just said that Elion is a title. You said El is a title. And earlier in this conversation, you also said that Yahoo could also be a title.
Mhm.
So fast forward, bang. So let's go with the text say, far as the Dead Sea Scrolls. What do the Dead Sea Scrolls say?
I don't know. I don't understand your question because I don't know. I don't know
Hold
what
on, wait. When
you
we
trying
go
to
to
say.
the Dead Sea Scroll, it say when the Elion, because that's the term for Most High, when
Mhm.
the Elion divided the nations, when he separated the sons of humanity, he fixed the boundaries of the people according to the numbers of Elohim. For Yahweh's or Yahweh's portion was Israel. So we see Elion, Most High, gives a piece of the pizza to Yahweh. Come, bro, this is plain as day. This is two motherfuckers. I can't give myself a piece of the pizza if it's my pizza alone. That let me know it's more than one motherfucker on eating this pizza. Because how you gonna get this nigga a portion? Who's
Language.
giving my question? I'm gonna give you this question. Who's giving your God a portion of anything?
No, he set aside himself a portion. Once he created everything, he chose a portion that he gave to himself. You don't understand that? He's saying the Most High, he divided the nation, the lands according to the nation, and he set apart Israel for a portion for himself. He gave them the inheritance of the land of milk and honey. Here's how you separate the God of the Bible from everybody else. When he's identifying himself, it's not by what you call him. That's how you understand it. But he'll say, "I'm the God that destroyed the Egyptians. I'm the God that moved seven people mightier, greater and mightier than you out of it. I'm the one that made where you could part the Red Sea. I'm the one that rained manna from heaven." He talks about his works. That's his name. His name is his reputation. I'm the one that a dog better not even bark against the children of Israel when they're obedient to me, or something gonna happen to them. That's his name. That's his reputation. So if you only going by the name, yeah, you could be confused because people call all kind of stuff, right? There's the thief right now, nigga, that's riding and the police get behind him, and he gonna thank God if the police don't pull him over after he did wrong about what he just did. He gonna get a credit to God. So if we saying God, that's a term that everybody can use.
Will
Who
you
is your
accept the
God?
debate on this?
Your God could be I wouldn't accept that debate on this. No, I wouldn't. I'm gonna tell you why I wouldn't though. It's not because I don't think that I'm right about what I'm saying. It's because I believe that the information is like it's a gray area there when you start playing this God situation. It's like
Right.
if a Christian is saying, Jesus is God. Well, what does that word mean? We go to break it down. It's like 50 different definitions. Well, he probably fit about 25 of them. And if you can
Well,
convince the people that 25 of them is right, then the other 25 that ain't right, they're gonna be able to disregard.
can
What
I
I'm
accept
saying
your
is,
debate proposal?
what's that?
Rich in Spirit told me that you said that you would take the debate on Allah being the God of the Old Testament. I want to do that here at a Titan Debate League. What's up?
I wanted to do that against a Muslim.
I'm your Muslim. Come on. I'm your Muslim. Come on.
Hey, may I ask a question? Can I interject with a question about the Elohim?
No doubt.
And nice to meet you, gentlemen. It's Max Leisure.
Peace, brother.
Peace and love.
It's a pleasure. You guys are having
Yeah,
a
it
very
sound like he
captivating
running, dog. That
conversation.
sound like he running, man. Track star.
Nah, it sounds like you got a
I say,
specific target for
I
who
say,
you want to
yeah, for
take
that
out.
particular debate, I want a Muslim specifically because it's gonna be some things that you won't adhere to that Allah does that I want to make them stand on, and you'll just be like, oh, I don't believe in
I
none
can
of
feel
that.
that. I can feel that. I can feel that.
Yeah, you got a specific target. But just speaking on the Elohim, I like to ask both of you two a question and both of your perspectives on it, because you have two very unique perspectives, very like they're opposing, and I like them both. Both of them are fascinating. But as far as the Elohim goes, right now, you're saying it's a title in the Bible, because I subscribe to the Bible. I subscribe to a lot of things, but Bible is one of some of the Bible. It says that when referring to the Tower of Babel, it says that the Elohim came down to observe what was going on. Correct?
Absolutely.
And then it says we have to confuse their languages, or else they'll become like us. Correct?
Yes.
So now, wouldn't that kind of imply that Elohim would be plural for, even if it's referring to the Most High?
Elohim can
It
be
wouldn't be
plural
the
and it can
Most
be
High
single.
singular. It would be like the Most High status you could receive as a God, and it could be more than one, because they said we came down. They will be like us, and it said the
Yeah.
Elohim came down.
And
The
if you
Elohim came
asking me,
down, and the Elohim said they will be like us. And if it's only
right.
one Elohim, he would say they will be like me.
Well, this is my answer. I'm not ISUPK, I'm Brother Ashe. So my answer is not associated with Brother Kazak.
I know you
Whenever we
have
put,
two.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
why
I
I
just had to
asked
put that
both of them.
disclaimer out for the
I
family,
want
not
both
for
of
you, but for the
y'all
family.
answers. Yes.
Max, mute up and let him finish, please.
Got
You
it.
don't got to
So
keep putting your hand on his shoulder as he talks to you. Go ahead.
I appreciate that, brother. Yeah. So we know when we dealing with the Ayin, we're always dealing with plural in the Hebrew. And unfortunately, when we're dealing with the James Strong Concordance, James Strong is not a linguist. So sometimes with James Strong having that concordance for the Hebrew Israelites and other people who observing that text to understand, it's not always correct in its understanding. So yes, you're right. When you're dealing with the Elohim and it says the we, don't forget that the Elohim includes the judges, kings, and also these other heavenly figures who are there with the God of Israel. So you got the angels and all of that associated with that. So he could have been saying, man, Gabriel, Michael, let us take our ass down here and see what these niggas do. It could have been that sense. That's the plural. But then you also have the singular when you go to Moses in the case of Pharaoh, where he says, I will make you an Elohim unto Pharaoh, which means like a magistrate or a judge. But in that case, it was singular that time. But the Aim, just like the sons of Anakim, Benjamin, like the Aim at the end, that's plural all the time in the Hebrew. But James Strong kind of messed it up for them.
I agree with majority of what Ashe said. When you go through the biblical usage of that word, sometimes it can mean Godward or an angel or a mighty one or a goddess. It's been translated as all of that. Sometimes it can mean a judge. So that word, you really got to go in context. And with the Hebrew, you always got to go in context. always, because sometimes there's no English equivalent to a Hebrew word. So what Ashe was saying was absolutely correct. It could mean rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods, goddess, godlike, works or a special possession of God, the true God, the fake God, all of it is Elohim or Elohim, as y'all would call them. So when you come into it, majority of the time it's just automatically assumed to be plural. But there's also something that happens um, in some of these languages where they have it's like an honorary plural. Like if you read in the Quran, they say we did this, we did that, but it's really just talking about one deity. That's their false deity, Allah, right? Well, Allah, and Allah is there, El, as he would as what Ashe was saying. And I was like, that's a title that could be more than just one person or one God, if you will. So when you ask that question about them coming down, I think it would have been the angels because they work on behalf of the Most High. One thing I didn't get to talk about, A1, was we teach agency. In other words, if God does something in the earth, he either use an angel, he'll use a nigga, he can use the weather, he can use bees, bears, the teeth of wild beasts. He can use whatever he wants to get his will done. So when you're saying God did something, or Elohim or Elohim, Salakia, that y'all would say it like that. Elohim is doing something. It could be very well be the angels doing it, or it could be the people that's in power doing it. You just got to go by the context. I don't know if I answered the brother's question, but most of
You
what
did.
I
Both
should
of you,
say
both.
like this.
Yeah, both of you answered my question. And so now, in context of the debate that you two were having over El and Allah and Elohim, based on what you guys just both answered and was conceded to the fact that Elohim could be both plural and singular, couldn't it also follow that both El and Allah were members of the Elohim?
Mm, I
That's a
don't like
funny.
that question. I don't like
That's a
that question.
Oh, I like that reaction.
that's dope. That's a dope concept that you brought forward. But linguistically, it's the same. Allah and El as in Elah as well, which comes from the Proto-Semitic term El alone, Al, and then it turns into Il. You know what I'm saying? Because it take you see the shift from the Sumerian from the Mesopotamian, because the Sumerians were not Semitic, right? Notice that the Sumerian deities, that's Inanna, that's Enki and Enlil. And you see the
Mhm.
Sumerian prefix that they have, which where their lord is En, En Marduk El, Enlil, Enki, which means the Lord of, the Lord of, the Lord of. Enki, Lord of
Right.
the earth, Enlil, Lord of the air. But you see, when they go into the Semitic, this is all happening with because we have what's his name? Sargon. Sargon's playing a Narma role where he's doing the unification thing over there. So he
Oh, that is.
unifies the Semitic language with the pre-existing Sumerian deities. So Enlil becomes El Lil. Inanna becomes Ish Star. Right? You see how Enki becomes Ea. Ea. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So this is the Semitic shift. So through that Shemitic shift, when we're looking at that term for God, which starts with El, then then El again, then Al, right? And then Eliel. And from there, this is how we get Allah. This is how we end up with Allah in our hands. So it's that same Semitic general term for a God trickling all the way down into that form, which is later in the Arabic, and which is not Quranic Arabic, but even pre-Islamic Arabic, where they still utilizing that Allah, Elah, Elah, Allah, Elah, Elah. You can see that Eloah also, same term, Eloah is used several times in the book of Second Esdras. See, it lower all throughout Edges.
Right.
So that's
So
that
I
same
wouldn't know,
term.
but I'm just following.
If I may, I would also like to address the fact that um,
hey,
Allah
can I,
was used to say God by Jews and Christians way before there was ever a thought about an Islam.
Facts.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. It is go what Ashe said again. El or Allah or Al or you know what I'm saying, like Elohim, Elohim, El, all of these is like a uh in Hebrew you got a two letter start, and everything else is like either a prefix or a suffix that goes along with it to create words. And if you go back to the pictorial Hebrew, you'll be able to see that. From what he asking, what I can't concede is that they're a part of the Elohim, if you will, is because they don't follow after the Most High. If they're subservient to this particular deity or this God, then maybe we can talk about whether or not that's the case or not. If they're not, they're their own deity and they have their own followers and their own worshipers, and then it becomes like a war of who the gods. So in
Oh,
Canaanite culture, El has 70 sons, and one of them is Yahweh, right? If I'm not mistaken. This can't be the same when it comes
That's not
to
true.
what, huh?
Yahweh is not part of the Baal cycle or none of the sons of it.
All right, well, I don't really that's not really my thing of study. I ran across that information. I threw it out there, but hear what I'm saying. If that's not true, when it comes to all these old weird ass gods, I would say Shay, you probably I'll yield to whatever you saying when it comes to them. But here's my point.
but
Here's my
no,
point.
look, can
I,
I?
here's my,
Because you said that. I mean, I
go
don't know
ahead.
when you if you I'll wait till you finish if you're not finished, but I just want to
Yeah, I
speak on
just
what you
let
said
me land
about.
right. Let me land right
Yeah,
here.
go
What
for
I
it.
was
Yeah, go for it.
saying is, if these are titles, then we're not talking about proper uh like names that you would associate them with like that. You'll just be saying this god or that god. And to be specific, like I said, it's gonna go back to the reputation of this particular god. What did he do? Who did he kill? Who did he raise up? Who does he love? Who does he hate? What did he say about the other nations or the nations? Does he have a favorite? Does he not? And this puts everything in the context. And that's why in the Bible it does that, because there's so many deities and some of them are even named. Like I always tell the Muslims, they have other deities named in the Quran. So you can't say he's the only God. Um, they have other deities named in the Bible by name. So to say, that this particular deity is different, he got to separate itself some kind of way. And this one separates itself by choosing the children of Israel, by only giving him his law, by giving them his land, by making a covenant with them, by raising up kings like David for them, by restoring and redeeming them. I don't see no Canaanite deity or no Sumerian deity or no other deities giving a damn about the Israelites in that fashion.
Okay. Well, look, I'm a quote you. One of the first things you said, I'm a quote you, but I'm a quote you wrong, not intentionally. I just know that I'm not going to get it 100% right. You could correct me on the quote, but then let me go from there. But you said something along the lines of the El and Allah couldn't have been the Elohim because they didn't follow the Most High.
Nah, you were saying they like in a divine council, as Ashe mentioned earlier, that's in Psalms. You were
Right.
saying, what if
But
they
you,
were a part of the Elohim? And I'm saying,
yeah.
I'm saying everybody that's in this particular, I don't know what word to use because I don't like even discussing it because you got to be careful. But pantheon is the word that comes to mind, right?
Uh-huh.
If they all in the same pantheon, then there must be somebody over it all, somebody who controls everything, whoever that deity is, if it's not Yahweh of the Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, then it would make everything in the Bible a lie.
Well, I think there are some lies in the Bible, but not to speak on that.
Now
You
we
said
now we
something. You
getting
said
to it.
yeah. We
Now
don't.
we
Yeah, we
getting
don't have
to
to.
it.
No, no, no. Let's put that on the back burner for now. Then just stick to just this in particular, just for now, because you said something along the lines of it. They not um the them not being them not following the Most High.
Mhm.
They're not being the Elohim, El and Allah not being the Elohim because they don't follow the Most High. When you said it, I wanted to interject, but I didn't want to cut you off. But I wanted to say that is because if Elohim is just the type is a rank that you could attain, and multiple deities could attain that rank, then you can't say that a particular deity is supposed to follow the Most High, because that would be like saying in the NBA, if you equate all stars with the Elohim, that's the highest title that you could get. Let's just say that's the highest title you could get. Then you have Jokic and you have LeBron or whatever, and it'd be like saying they're not all stars because they didn't follow the all stars. But you don't follow anybody as an all star. You are the all star, and you create your own. You have your own followers, and they follow you. But like collectively, you're the Elohim. You're the all stars. But individually, you have your own followers. You have your own teachings. But when you come
Yeah,
together, it'd be like how the pantheon, the Greek pantheon was set up. How they had Mount Olympus, where it's the council of the gods, but separately they had their own followings. And then you could do that throughout all of the other mythologies, besides like Christianity, all the monotheistic but all the other ones, they had a pantheon of gods that had a council, and then they all had their own followings. So if the council was the Elohim, then there could be separate. The Allah and El could be Elohim and two separate deities.
yeah. The problem with that is, what the Bible does is it makes sure that you understand. Um, it makes sure that you understand that this particular deity of the Bible has to be greater than all the other deities. So you can't make nothing equal with them. It ain't like this council is a council of equality. Because if you go to the Psalms, it says he sitteth amongst the gods, he judges over them. He like basically over all of these other deities. They're lesser deities. They're idols. They're smaller. He's more powerful in the Bible. Now, outside of the Bible, maybe it says something different. But inside the Bible, there's nothing that's close to the power of this particular deity, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's the creator of all things. He's the most powerful. And then if you believe in the Bible, then you gotta rock with that. You get what I'm saying? But to something that you said, in the Bible, I think it's First Corinthians 8 and 6. Let me try to get there real quick. First Corinthians 8, and I'm gonna go to verse 5.
While you're getting there, don't forget about the subject we put on the back burner while you're
What's
quoting
that?
the Bible.
What's that? What's the subject we put on the back burner?
The lies in the Bible.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said earlier, my job ain't to try to get you to believe in the Bible. My
I
job, my
believe a lot
job,
of it.
yeah, my job is to teach. Uh, is to teach what we teach here in you know in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge about the Bible. Now, whether
I
you
am
believe
here
in
to
the
learn what you got to teach, so I
Bro,
appreciate it.
shut the fuck up.
Come on, man. I
No,
can't just
bro.
say
Yo,
two
look.
things like it's half a second of a comment.
Don't worry about it. You'll figure it out. Go ahead, Chazak.
Let me go to First Corinthians 8, and I started verse 5.
He want to jump in with 3 words every time you get 3 words in. He want to respond to every 2 sentences you say. We not about to have it. Like, I'm sorry, brother.
First language, nigga.
I know, man. Look, I'm so sick of the people not having
language.
respect for other people. And we're trying to teach. You don't do that when you go to college to your professor. And not to say that you out here nobody's professor, but everybody deserve. Everybody gets the respect of the professor when they up here. That's what we trying to do. Nobody else did
Well,
that to you.
I learned something a long time ago. Well, Ashay and Humble that had conversations with me before. And respect is something that's earned. Ain't nobody gonna give it to you. You gotta earn it.
Oh, he been up
So
here.
I ain't got no problem
I've
with
been
it.
trying to get him to
Now,
stop that for the last couple of days. I'm not going back and forth to that. But you can answer
let
that
me read
question.
it to you real quick. First Corinthians 8, I'll start at verse 4. As concerning therefore the eating of those things that are offered and sacrificed to idols, we know that an idol is nothing in the world, and there is none other God but one. For though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many and lords many, but to us there is but one God, the Father, of whom are all things, and we in him, and one Lord, Yahushua Amashiach, by whom are all things, and we be in him. Now, I'm reading this to say that they acknowledge that there are many gods or idols, right, of the other nations, and there are many lords. Like that word Lord would have been what in the Old Testament, as we were saying? It would have been El or Alls, right? Els. But we understand that there is only one. And in other words, we place in this deity to be the strongest and most powerful over all the earth, over all the deities, over all the spirits. He controlling all of it. And if there's a deity like that that exists in these things, then now you're talking about the council, all of these Elohim or Elohim that you're talking about would be under this deity, then maybe we could talk about that. Maybe that would make me a henotheist. I don't really like that. It's uncomfortable for me to talk about it. But once the Bible starts talking about these different gods and naming them, then you have to say that they exist. I mean, the children of Israel worship Baal. The children of Israel worship Asherah. The children of Israel worship Beelzebub. So, I mean, in some capacity, they have to exist. Now, whether or not they real deities or they just somebody, some name that people gave power to, that's a whole nother conversation.
I'll get back to my questions. I had some more questions for you since he couldn't mute up and let you answer. Where was I at? Okay. What do you believe about Gentiles in the New Testament?
According to context, when you see Gentiles in the New Testament, it could be talking about other nations, or it could be talking about Israelites, that never was circumcised on that wasn't circumcised on the eighth day, that didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments and the customs of the Israelites, that lived like the people where they live. For instance, if I came up in Duval and we sold dope, went to the strip club, we smoked weed and did all manner of things that was against the Most High, I would be considered a Gentile, right? If I repent, come back, and start keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, keeping the Sabbath, you know what I'm saying? Get my children circumcised moving forward. And now I become an Israelite again. So when you seeing Paul go to Rome, he goes into all these different places, Corinth, Ephesus, and he's teaching. These people are actually Israelites that God is calling to come back and become Israelites again. So in that capacity, Gentile would mean fallen Israelites or Israelites that went astray that have to be called back to being the Lord's chosen people. Again, I said this earlier. The The only thing that separated Israel from the rest of the nations is the law, which he only gave to them, the land, which he moved other people out the way to give, and the covenant. So we broke the law, which means we broke the covenant. We got kicked out of the land. So then there was nothing that separated us from being a heathen or goyim, being another nation of people. There was nothing special about us. So in the New Testament, once Christ comes to redeem these people that was lost, he said, "I came to get that which was lost." So in the New Testament, you see them coming back into the fold and given a second chance to do it the right way. Those are
Appreciate that
things.
answer. I'm over here pulling up Acts 10 right now. The next question is, how do you interpret Acts 10 and Cornelius? Let me share it on the screen
Oh,
for you. Take your time if you want to pull it up in your Bible over there. Let me get it on the screen for you. Are you familiar with Acts 10?
yeah, I am.
Take your time. Actually,
Um, yeah, go
real
ahead.
quick, while you pull it up in your Bible, I'll go to a word from our sponsors real quick. Where are my sponsors? Attention all debate fans. You've been watching, you've been arguing, you've been picking sides. But now it's time to level up. From this point forward, all debates on this platform are going members only. That means the hottest clashes, the wildest arguments, and your favorite personalities going head to head will only be available to subscribers. You want real scholarship, you want the smoke, you want the unfiltered action, then don't get left outside looking in. Sign up today for as low as $3.99 and get full access to every debate, every moment, every knockout argument. This is Titans Debate League, where legends are made and debates get real. Join now or miss out. Yes, and on the 27th, I am having a face-off against GD and Capone. We will be tackling the topic, is intelligent design proof of the Hebrew God? Tickets will start going on sale on the 27th. The face-off is free. This is going to be a pay-per-view debate, $20 a ticket, and we're going to have some pre-sale tickets for the low out for you guys, so be on the lookout for this. This one's about to be one you don't want to miss. And back to you, Kasai. Attention all debate fans. Back to you, Kazak.
All right, so let me get to it real quick. Cornelius from the Italian band, right?
Yes, sir.
Uh, specifically, what scripture you want to go to? What you got up there? I can't really see it.
I got Acts 10 and 1 up here. Cornelius's vision.
All right. Um, hold on. You say Cornelius? Nah, Peter's vision. All right. You talking about Peter's vision? You there? Yeah, he probably left. Let me just go into it real quick. Acts chapter 10. What a lot of people don't really understand about the Acts, the whole entire Acts kind of breaks the notion that it was all about um other people and bringing other people in. If you go to, I just did a breakdown on ISUPK Florida, where we went through Acts chapter 1. Christ shows up. They say, "Oh, now will you at this time restore the kingdom of Israel?" They really went ahead and said it. Acts chapter 2, they show up and it's the day of Pentecost, and they following and keeping the day. Acts chapter 3, it goes like this. Acts chapter 5, it says, God sent Israel a savior. Now, when you get to Acts chapter 10, it's talking about Cornelius. It says there was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band. So, if you want to know what we believe about what Cornelius was an Israelite that was in the army. Like right now, you got black people in the American army. You would have had Israelites in the army at that particular time. He was in the band of Italian band. Now, here's what it says in verse 2 that lets you know that this was an Israelite. Verse 2 says, a devout man. Now, when it talks about devout, you got to know what that word devout means. And one that feared God. What God did he fear? If he was an Italian, he would have feared the God of the Italians. Why is this in the Bible? With all his house, which gave much alms to the people and prayed to God always. What God is this? Right? For the sake of time, I'll skip down and it'll tell you. Um, Let me see if I can find it real quick. Verse 22. I'll start at 21. Then Peter went down to the men which were sent unto
Wait,
him
you
from
on Acts 22? Acts 21?
Acts chapter 10.
21.
I
Got you.
read verse 21. And Peter went down to the men which were sent unto him from Cornelius, and said, Behold, I am he whom you seek. What is the cause wherefore you are come? And they said, Cornelius, a centurion, the centurion, a just man, one that fears God. Now you got to ask yourself, what God? And of good report among all the nation of the Jews. So who had something good to say about Cornelius? Was it Italians? He was an Italian, right? Of good report from all the nations of the Jews, was warned from God by a holy angel to send thee into the house and hear the words of thee. Now, Cornelius was a Gentile. He was a heathen. He was in fighting with the Italians, but Cornelius was an Israelite. Otherwise, how would he know the God of Israel? Why would a just man that's been following Christ remember? Christ gave Peter them the order to only go to the Israelites that was in Jerusalem at first. And then the Great Commission, which they call it, he said, now you go into all nations. So they supposed to gather other people. So now they run into this man is a full out Gentile, but he loves God. What God? The God of the Israelites. How do we know? Because the God of the Israelites is who sent him to Peter. No other God would have done that. Why would the God of the Italians send Cornelius to have him send for Peter? It would have been a different rabbi. It would have been inside the New Testament in the Acts. You have a priest of, I can't remember what they call him, but they were sacrificing unto Jupiter and Saturn and all of this. He was a different kind of just man. He didn't. They don't call him a just man, one that feared God or anything like that. Cornelius is called that. And in verse 22 it says, he had a good report among the nation of the Jews, which is a key thing to let you know who he was around. And Jews at that time was not being around people who wasn't Jews.
Appreciate that answer.
That
Appreciate that. Um, and what does Romans 11 mean in your view? Are you
Romans
familiar?
11 is.
Yeah, if you're not familiar, it's okay. I can pull it up for you too, real quick.
Huh?
I said, if you're not familiar, it's okay, but I'll pull it up for you.
No, I'm definitely familiar. This might be the last one I answer.
Yes, sir. It is getting late. Oh, it's 3:17. We've been going.
Huh?
I said it's 3:17. We've been going. I appreciate you staying up late with us.
This is what I do. Um, there's some information in Romans that a lot of people overlook, and I wanna make sure that I share it with you since you asked this question. Remember, these scrolls did not have the names. That's what Ashe was talking about earlier. Like the book of Daniel wasn't called the book of Daniel. But when you see 11, 10, Romans 9, Romans 8, when you see these numbers, they just addresses for us to be able to go through the scriptures and find where we at. But these was written as letters, right? So in the letter that Paul sent to the Romans, long letter, if you go back a couple of chapters to Romans 9, he starts talking about something that's very, very important when understanding what's going on and what his ministry was about. And this is called election. And nobody don't really want to talk about election. What election is you ain't did nothing, but you got chosen. It's being chosen by God. And when you go to the book of Romans, if he's really talking to Romans, Paul, then he's really being selfish. Why would he be talking about to Romans about something they have no knowledge of? Let me go to Romans chapter 9. I'll give you exactly what I'm saying. I'm going to lead up to Romans 11. This is my last long winded answer.
I like your
Romans,
long-winded answers, man. The people can get edified. You feel me?
Romans chapter 9, verse 3. Or I'll read verse 2. I'll start at 1 since I'm starting at 2. I say the truth in Christ. I lie not. My conscience also bearing witness of the Holy Spirit that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites. Let me read that again. Verse 3. For I wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of God, and the promises. Now, this is in the book of Romans. This is Paul. If he talking to actual Romans who ain't got nothing to do with Israelites, why is he telling them this? That he wished that he was cursed for his kinsmen according to the flesh, who are Israelites. Why is he telling them that to the Israelites it pertaineth the adoption and the glory? Why is he telling them that to the Israelites pertaineth the covenant and the giving of the law? That means the Israelites got the law. They got the covenant. They get the glory. Why is he telling them this? And the service of God and the promises. Now, if you keep reading down, he'll talk about Jacob and Esau, how when they was born, God chose one of them, he didn't choose the other one. How he talking about Isaac, Abraham had more sons than Isaac. God chose Isaac, didn't choose the rest of his sons. This is what the book Romans 9 is talking about. Now, when you go to Romans 10, the next chapter, he starts it out like this. And I'm leading to Romans 11 just so you don't think Hold on.
Oh no, take your time. Context is important.
No, my Bible did something weird. Romans chapter 10. Now, if he talking to Romans, you got to ask yourself, why is he saying this? Romans chapter 10. Brethren, who is he talking to? Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God is for Israel is that they might be saved. Now, why the hell would he tell this to Romans? That's how he started the chapter. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. A very selfish thing. Let's go to Romans chapter 11 that you asked about, verse 1. Hold on. Romans chapter 11. I say then, verse 1. I say then, have God cast away his people? God forbid. Now we translate that in the ISUPK when they say God forbid as hell no. Hell no, God ain't cast away his people. For I am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. Now, Paul is giving his registry in the book of Romans. Why is he saying all this to the Romans? Don't that seem a little strange to you?
Don't that seem a tad bit suspicious?
He's talking to them about Jacob and Esau and Abraham and the promises going to the Israelites. And his prayer for Israel is that they might be saved. And then he get to Romans 11 and saying, has God cast away his people? And telling them his registry. I'm an Israelite. I'm from the seed of Abraham. I'm from the tribe of Benjamin. Verse 2. God have not cast away his people, which he foreknew. What the scripture said of Elias, which is Elijah, how he maketh intercession to God against Israel. And then now he starts talking about all the things Israel did wrong, right? And he starts talking about this tree. Branches get cut off the tree, branches get grafted back in. Let's go to the conclusion of what he was talking about in Romans 11, verse 26. And so all Israel shall be saved. Remember, we're in the book of Romans. And so all Israel shall be saved. So this is talking about the salvation of Israel. As it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. All of this is Israelite lingo. For this is my covenant unto them when I shall take away their sins. This is in verse 27. And concerning the gospel, that they are enemies for your sake, but as touching the election. Remember I said it was about election, it's about being election. They are beloved for the Father's sake. For the gifts and calling of God is without repentance. What it's saying the whole time is the reason they was taken out and why they got to be grafted back in is because God had to make them jealous by making a people who was not a people rulers, a nation that is not a nation rulers. But the people that was according to that tree that was cut off, there was only one tree. It ain't no apple trees. It ain't no five different trees. It's only one tree. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same kind of tree. So when people try to make this about another nation being grafted in into the what the Most High got going on, it's because they ain't really never read certain things. If you go to Jeremiah chapter 11, it'll talk about this same olive tree that was cut off. Jeremiah 11 and 16, and I'll end with this. The Lord called thy name a green olive tree, fair and of goodly fruit. With the noise of a great Tammuz, he have kindled a fire upon it, meaning he set the fire tree on fire, and the branches of it are broken. That's what it's talking about in Romans 11. For the Lord of hosts that planted the tree have pronounced evil against it, for the evil of the house of Israel and of the house of Judah, which they have done against themselves to provoke me to anger in offering incense to Baal. What we was just talking about, these other gods. That's what he was talking about. So now, um, if I could, to kind of bring it all together, I think one of the probably was that you that asked me what was the most important prophecy,
Yep.
and I said Ezekiel 36 was another one. This will kind of sum it up if you don't mind.
Yep. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 36. Let me see where I want to start. Maybe like 19. Let me see what's 19. All right, I'm gonna read this kind of fast. All right, but this is a prophet. It says Ezekiel 36 and 17. It says, "Son of man, when the house of Israel dwelt in their own land, they defiled it by their own way and by their doings. There was before me as an uncleanliness of a removed woman. Wherefore I poured my fury upon them for the blood that they had shed upon the land, and for their idols wherewith they had polluted it. And I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries. According to their way and according to the doings I judged them. And when they entered unto the heathen, whether they went, they profaned my holy name. When they said unto them, These are the people of the Lord that are gone forth out of his land. So remember, I said it was three things that separated Israel: the covenant, the law, and the land. So when they broke the law, they broke the covenant, they got kicked out of the land. Instead of the people doing what I said they would do in Deuteronomy and say, These are great people, and look at their God, and look at these laws, they said, "Oh, these people supposed to have been special," and they done got kicked out the land. Verse 21. But I had pity for my holy name, which the house of Israel profaned among the heathen, whether they went. Therefore say unto the house of Israel, Thus saith the Lord God, I do this not for your sake, O house of Israel, but for my holy name's sake, which you have profaned among the heathen, whether you go. And I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which you have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen shall know that I am the Most High, saith the Lord God, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. Now, here's the answer to all your questions. All your questions. And I think my phone about to go dead. So let me hurry up. Verse 24. Can Gentiles be saved? For I will take them from among the heathen and gather you out of all the countries and will bring you into your own land. So this is not talking about heathens or goyim or Gentiles coming along with us. This is talking us him taking us away from the heathen and bringing us into our own land and putting a new spirit with us and causing us to keep his commandments. So that's what I'm sorry, Romans chapter 11 is about: the redemption of the children of Israel, gathering back to one tree, having one king, which is Yahushua, one creator, one law, one faith, one baptism.
You still there? Did your phone die?
Yeah,
Okay.
nah, I stopped.
You drop a bomb on that one right there.
Hey man, I actually had a little bit of fun. I was supposed to stop. I'm gonna give you the brother a Warriors number, and hopefully you can go out there and get some footage tomorrow, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna try to pull up around 12:30. Hopefully they already set up. and try to get some personal interviews and just film them in action doing their thing.
Yeah, they ain't gonna be as calm as I was tonight.
Oh, I know. I know it's about to be lit down there, man. Especially where they about to be standing. That's one of the that's a tough spot in the city. You know what I'm saying? A lot goes down right there. They about to be right there, like by the biggest mall downtown, by the casino. It's about to jump. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I'm about to wear. I got to get fresh. You know what I mean? I might make me a Titans Debate League shirt so I can rep the brand. What's going down? I appreciate you. Yeah, if you can email me the number or you can call me and drop it off to me. But either way, I was gonna pull up and find them. So
All right, no sweat. I'm gonna definitely email you the number and we'll go from there, man. This been a it's been a tight little interview. I'm sure we can both do something with it.
yeah. And looking forward to having you back soon. I see Shay was trying to get a debate out of you over here. We're gonna have to iron out a topic or find something that you two both like. But I was definitely trying to get.
I don't battle with niggas when they don't have nothing that they standing on. They just arguing with me about what I believe in. You gotta give me something. I learned from Captain Zarya, you gotta give me something to shoot at. You ain't just about to be having me. I'm not gonna be on the defense all the time. What you believe in, nigga? Let me talk to you about that.
I feel you. I ain't mad at you on that one.
He gonna debate me about the Quran and the God of the Quran, and then when I go to cutting him up on it, he like, I don't believe none of that shit.
I feel you ain't got nothing to punch at. Well, that brings us to a close of another amazing show. First and foremost, we want to give a huge thanks to Officer Kazak for taking his time and joining us here tonight in the Coliseum of Arguments. Whether you agree with every answer, disagree with every answer, or found yourself somewhere in the middle, tonight was exactly what this platform was created for. Open dialogue, challenging questions, and the opportunity to hear directly from people rather than simply hearing about them. Officer Kazak came into the arena, faced the questions head on. He didn't run from anybody. You know, humble mystic, and Ashe was tag teaming you for a second pause, but he held his own. He shared his perspective and gave our audience a chance to better understand his beliefs, his journey, and the work he's doing within the ISUPK community. For that, we appreciate his time, his willingness to engage, and his contribution to the conversation. To everyone in the chat, thank you for participating. Thank you for keeping the discussion alive. And thank you for supporting Titans Debate League and the Coliseum of Arguments. These conversations only happen because of the community that continues to show up night after night, looking for truth, understanding, and meaningful dialogue. Appreciate everybody who hit the panel with amazing decorum and actually let you speak. Until next time, remember, ideas don't grow in echo chambers. They grow when they're challenged. For Titans Debate League, I'm your host, and this has been another powerful edition of Coliseum of Arguments. Good night, God bless, stay curious, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace to you. Oh, remember my motto, treat your smile like your money. Never let them steal it. Peace. Have a good night, y'all. We're going to end with the song by Oli. We're going to play Oli, Different Type of Animal.
Different type of animal. Different type of animal. Yeah. Different type of animal. Now everybody better listen up. For my people in the struggle who never gave a what. Even when life try to press you down, turn your frown to a smile. I make styles just to lift you up. I'm a different type of animal. Way different type of animal. To the succeed, easy to see. I'm a different type of animal. Different type of animal. No fur, no scales, just feathers on me. Different type of animal. Steady hustling, steady grinding. Getting money every time I put my time in. When they ask what I got up under my sleeve, they never gon' believe when I tell them it's all timing. Everybody want a real life attitude. Incoherent, now they mad at you. Some people can't get it, now they laugh at you. Till they see the glow, now they copying the altitude. I never was a type, it was handed to. Had to put it together like mechanics do. Now you see I got the tools to succeed. Different mindset, different breed, different
different view every time I play or breathe. Quantum thoughts, I evolve every week. Young Al, been wild since a young child. Still fresh to the death, no funeral style. How could you walk in my shoes? We run the town. Big shoes to fill. Never been a clown. I'm a different type of animal. Way different type of animal. 2 to 16, easy to see. I'm a different type of animal. Different type of animal. No fur, no scales, just feathers on me. Different type of animal. Talking about the block, I've been around, fighting through the hard times till it spin around. Game tight, move smooth, never hear a sound. Big pressure every time we hit the town. Couldn't touch me with a yardstick. Running through the paper on that backyard business. Chasing dreams, chasing cream to the team. Rich 5'8", but I'm standing on that stand tall mindset. See these monkeys trying to pull me from the tree. Yeah, they pulled me down before that, just turned me to a beast. So I hopped into the streets, showed the hungry how to eat. Oklahoma on my back, now I'm bringing pressure to the beat. Cold hard world, colder in the streets. Money on my mind, barely get to sleep. Dreams feel close, still feel out of reach. Lights up ahead, I just want a little piece. Still a student of the game, don't qualify to teach. Learn lessons every day, so I evolve every week. I'm not an animal, life just got wild. So I did what I had to do, the other routes was foul. No copy, no paste, you can't get my style. Heart on my sleeve, still walk with a smile. Judge me by my past, take a look at me now. I ain't doing this for me, I just wanna make my mama proud. Quantum only is untrue, yo, we bringing it out. Why y'all watching me? Better watch the crowd. I'm a different type of animal. Way different type of animal. 2 to 16, easy to see. I'm a different type of animal. Different type of animal. No fur, no scales, just feathers on me. Different type of animal. Different type of animal. Different type of animal.
Motivation. Yeah. Go own it. You own it. You own it. You own it. Are you investing your money or are you spending? You got that hunger, you come from humble beginnings. It's time to own it. No paying rent where you living. Go buy the land and you pass it down to your children. Do you feel me? Being broke ain't a number, that there's a mindset. They say it's lonely at the top, you made that climb yet. You wasted time, God no can't get no time back. You can't flip numbers till the day you flip your mindset. Yeah, if I told you crypto numbers, you would think I was lying. I heard people 35 were talking about they retiring. They hit the store, they got the book, they even studied online. About to build financial foundation, one tool at a time. I'm talking refinancing everything to stay alive. Before you get yourself a play, create a Power 5. Self-directed IRA will make it certified. You saving up for your health because they hurting guys. Got to go insure your life. That's life insurance, right? Cause all the money made in a day is just might save your night. That 401k, make it light. And if it's wrong, you make it right. You take too long, you pay the price. Only the strong gon' sacrifice. Now if I told you crypto numbers, you would think I was lying. I heard people 35 were talking about they retiring. They hit the store, they got the book, they even studied online. About to build financial foundation, one tool at a time. I'm talking black business, 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 black business. One turn into two turn into three turn into four. Now we call that community. I shot with him, he shot with her, I shot with them, they shot with me. And we never close and shop, that's how we build a legacy. Now okay, now one turn into two turn into three turn into four. Now we call that community. I shot with him, he shot with her, I shot with them, they shot with me. And we never close and shop, that's how we build a legacy. Come on now, black business, 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 black business.
I just opened up my eyes, cause I heard the cries, filtered through the lies. Listen close, I don't believe in ghosts. Even though I tried, I recognize the patterns when they form inside the mind. Ignorance ain't the crime, it's refusing truth when truth arrives. We got the topic, get the line, debate you anytime. That's fine. You done crossed the line. Drop the claim without a spine. Bring your thoughts, I find the incoherence. Book you every time. Recognize I can see the fallacy before the sentence finished. You confuse a strong opinion with a reason proposition. You keep reaching for conclusions, but your premises are missing. Then you hide behind your feelings when the logic need a mission. I don't argue with a person, I examine what was stated. Define the terms, expose assumptions, then determine what was weighted. Is it valid? Is it grounded? Can the structure be defended? Or you built a house of cards and got offended when it ended? I don't need to raise my voice, I let the contradiction speak. Every claim has got a burden, every burden got a receipt. You can decorate confusion, you can dress it up in pride, but a polished contradiction is a contradiction every time. I just opened up my eyes, cause I heard the cry, filtered through the lies. Listen close, I don't believe in ghosts. Even though I tried, I recognize the patterns when they form inside the mind. Ignorance ain't the crime, it's refusing truth when truth arrives. We got the topic, give the line, debate you anytime. That's fine. You done crossed the line. Drop the claim without a spine. Bring your thoughts, I find the incoherence. Book you every time. I recognize the dodge when the question make you nervous. Changing subjects every minute doesn't make the answer surface. That's a straw man, that's a false choice. That's an argument from fear. That's a claim that keeps on shrinking every time the fact is near. You can quote 100 scholars, still authority ain't proof. Tell me why the argument is sound. Take me underneath the roof. Show the beam, show the frame, show the function of the claim. If the meaning keeps on changing, then the word is just a game. Recognition over belief, coherence over applause. I don't need a crowd behind me when the reasoning is flaws. Time reveals what can I stand, nature limits what can be. If your worldview breaks beneath this weight, don't put the blame on me. I just opened up my eyes, cause I heard the cries, filtered through the lies. Listen close, I don't believe in ghosts. Even though I tried, I recognize the patterns when they form inside the mind. Ignorance ain't the crime, it's refusing truth when truth arrives. We got the topic, give the line, debate you anytime. That's fine. You done crossed the line. Drop the claim without a spine. Bring your thoughts, I find the incoherence. Book you every time. They want mystery to rescue every gap they never filled. Then call questions disrespectful when their explanation gets grilled. But a question is a mirror, it reflects what you provide. If the answer disappears, there was nowhere left to hide. I recognize the bad at first, they claim and then retreat. First they speak in absolutes, then change the meaning when we meet. First they tell me it is certain, then they say it could be true. Then they say nobody knows, there's 3 positions, pick a view. I'm not chasing every bird just because it learned to chirp. Some ideas take a flight, some ideas hit the dirt. This is bird droppings, every record leaves a sign. I recognize the incoherence. Book you every time. I just opened up my eyes, cause I heard the cries, filtered through the lies. Listen close, I don't believe in ghosts. Even though I tried, I recognize the patterns when they form inside the mind. Ignorance ain't the crime, it's refusing truth when truth arrives. We got the topic, give the line, debate you anytime. That's fine. You done crossed the line. Drop the plane without a spine. Bring your thoughts, I find the incoherence. Book you every time. Recognize them.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wanna be free. Oh, yeah. Wait till I'm free. Oh yeah. Wait till I'm free. Then my sister don't gotta pay bills no more, then she'll be free. Then I can have my mama ride for it like she's supposed to be, then she'll be free. Cause baby boy got it. Mama, don't you reach up in your wallet, not when you're with me. Oh So when I'm free, I'ma be right back home where I'm supposed to be, not in these streets. Trying to make a living for myself and my family so I can breathe. So if they need new shoes, I ain't gotta worry, 'cause it's all on me. Yeah, 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 yeah. The only time I feel free is with a mic, bright lights while I'm on the stage. They cheer for me. Got my whole family backstage doing the same like it should be. That would make me feel free. Yeah, yeah. That would make me feel free. I just wanna be free. Free. Wanna be free, 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 free. Wanna be free, I wanna be free, I wanna be free. I like feel like this. I wanna be free. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Questions. Can I ask what we hate each other for? See, I'm just asking. You got that passion to see your sister go. I wanna see that woman stand, you leave her on the floor. Let's try to gain some understanding before you go to war. Your spirit pour deja vu, I've seen this before. Time after time played in my mind, now I can't take no more. I did the crime, I did the time, I only bruised my soul. I had to grind, I had to climb, I had to choose my role. Have you been told that I love you lately? Been around those who don't bug you lately. Go around those who don't drive you crazy. You need a hug, my sister. Better help with that mean mug, my sister. Come on, receive it, don't you shove, don't push me. It might not be about your nookie. And again, it might be about your cooking. Give you some ends, trying to supply some cushion. Discipline without no whooping. Known to show and prove without no woofing. Open your eyes to what you overlooking. Baby, don't that feel nice? Yeah, tell me, show that, don't that feel right? Ever felt what true love feel like? This ain't no pill high. When no shit they growing, no feel high. Keep you grounded, but yet you still fly. See, now I realize you epitomize everything a woman should be. And I pray to God that he working on my third eye, so I see that this world ain't all about you. It ain't all about me, but if you really giving out LOVE, so can I ask what we hate each other for? See, I'm just asking, you got that passion to see your brother go. I wanna see that man stand, you leave him on the floor. Let's try to gain some understanding before we go to war. Your spirit pour deja vu, I've seen this before. Young men are dying, young women dying, I can't take no more. You do the crime, you do the time, you only bruise your soul. You gotta grind, you gotta climb, you gotta choose your road. Have you been told that I love you lately? Go around those who don't bug you lately. Been around those who don't drive you crazy. You need a hug, my brother. Better help with all that hate, my brother. I know you dealt with dudes that's fake, my brother. Understand I can relate, my brother. Only so much you can take, my brother. What I'm trying to say, don't let that hate become you. Don't never break, my brother. Let me carry some of that weight, my brother. Better cleanse your soul for it's too late, my brother. See, now I realize you epitomize everything a brother should be. And I understand that that melanin inside you connect you to me. And that sun is where we gon' meet. Like God is how we gon' speak. With the same power to build and destroy, but yet unique. See, you get weak and I get weak, and we stay strong together. We keep each other inside that light, cause the darkness harms whoever. And you only create a diamond, keep applying that pressure. My crew knew better, go faster by yourself, but we go farther when we go together. I ask what we hate each other for. See, I'm just asking, we got that passion to see each other go. I wanna see that person stand, you leave them on the floor. Let's try to gain some understanding before you go to war. Your spirit poor, deja vu, I seen this before. Young men are dying, young women dying, I can't take no more. I did the crime, I did the time, I only bruised my soul. I had to grind, I had to climb, I had to choose my road. Have you been told that I love you lately? That I love you lately. Have somebody, I love you lately. Say, I love you lately. Have somebody told you. Yeah. Let's see how that came out. Questions. Can I ask what we hate each other for? See, I'm just asking, you got that passion to see your sister go. I wanna see that woman stand, you leave her on the floor. Let's try to gain some understanding before you go to war. Your spirit poor, deja vu, I've seen this before. Time after time played in my mind, I can't take no more. I did the crime, I did the time, I only bruised my soul. I had to grind, I had to climb, I had to choose my road. Have you been told that I love you lately? Been around those who don't bug you lately. Go around those who don't drive you crazy. You need a hug, my sister. Better hell with that mean mug, my sister. Come on, receive it, don't you shove, don't push me. It might not be about your nookie. And again, it might be about your cooking. Give you some ends, trying to supply some cushion. Discipline without no whooping. Known to show and prove without no woofing. Open your eyes to what you overlooking. Baby, don't that feel nice? Yeah, let me show that, don't that feel right? Ever felt what true love feel like? This ain't no pill high. When no shit they growing, no feel high. I feel keep you grounded, but yet you still fly. See, now I realize. At a certain point in life, man, where you feel you made it, it's within you. I ain't gotta rap about robbing, I ain't gotta rap about dope. Give me peace to let me know I give you hope, you know I made it. Hurting like a project curtain, pockets been down to the floor. When you love it, you would never let it go, you know I made it. Understand they gon' hate, real niggas feel my flow, that's how I like it. But I know they don't want smoke, you know I soldier, I'm gon' cock and let it go, you know I made it, 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 finally made it. I put that bottle down, I do not come around. I done been ignorant, low in them clips and then running the bus and them hollow rounds, yeah. Now that I run the town, you would not hear a sound. It is a fact, I'm gon' kill every track, and they already know I'ma hold it down, yeah. On a whole nother level, cruise control but no pedal, grave digger but no shovel, Olympian but no medal. But I go hard, I don't settle. The block blues is so special. You pick a style, I got several. An activist but slash rebel. I know they mad that I made it. You should be happy I made it. Usually it's only one opportunity. It's all about who the one that's gonna take it. Yeah, yeah. Some people get it and make it. Some people get it and fake it. Now that I got it, I'm giving it all that I got. Cause I know that that casket is waiting. Bless them, bless them. I ain't gotta rap about robbing. I ain't gotta rap about dope. Give me peace to let me know I give you hope, you know I made it. Hurting like a project curtain. Pockets been down to the floor. When you love it, you would never let it go, you know I made it. Understand they gon' hate. Real niggas feel my flow, that's how I like it. But I know they don't want smoke, you know I made it. Front line when it go down, some people gon' lay low. I'm a soldier, I'm gon' cock and let it blow, you know I made it, 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 finally made it. I had to go and grind, all in this life of mine. I had to flip it, go get me a ticket. I'm flipping you bottom, my bottom line, yeah. Now that I'm doing fine, drama so far behind. You can get paper, but when you get paper, you people can't pay for no the world is ending? I say it's a new beginning. Paper chasing is religion. Like it costs to pay attention, man. If you talking, you gon' miss it. Study law, signs and symbols. Young and picking up a pistol. Message fucking with his mental, man. Welcome to cold-blooded killing. Drug dealing, low income living. Demons dwell all in they spirit. You hear my pain in these lyrics, man. Disregard if you listening. Place protection on these children. Knowledge only cure the ignorant. The prison system is a business, man. Where I'm from, your friends turn to fool. They letting that money control. They mind and they spirit, no soul, no. Ain't no love for no people, just dough now. And it's out of control. Pray for your seats, tell them try to get old. Hug them and kiss them, they walk to the store. Cause this might be the time you won't see them no more. Let me bring you close. Young and thuggin', bustin', rushin', loving nothing, cussin'. Disrespect his mother, mind frame bloody, background muddy, going through a thing. Still got a loving little mama thuggin', loving nothing, cussin'. Disrespect a mother, scheming on a cousin, mind frame bloody, background muddy, going through a thing. Still gotta love her, but you sleep don't mean open your eyes. That mean baby, open your mind. That TV be controlling your mind. Thinking man being on man is just fine. No, understand propaganda design. In your lane mean you stay in your line. Body language gon' speak every time. Look a man in his eyes, see he lying. Baby girl be on fleek, she so fine. Don't let beauty compete with your mind. Knowledge only get better like wine. And your beauty gon' fade in due time, girl. This is your world. Hide all your diamonds, don't give away your pearls. Your baby father should never be broke. Cause one snake in your garden can ruin your world. Listen, baby girl, you think that the world is ending? I say it's a new beginning. Paper chasing is religion. Like it costs to pay attention, man. If you talking, you gon' miss it. Study law, signs and symbols. Young and picking up a pistol. Message fucking with his mental, man. Welcome to cold-blooded killing. Drug dealing, low income living. Demons dwell all in they spirit. You hear my pain in these lyrics, man. Disregard if you listening. Place protection on these children. Knowledge only cure the ignorant. The prison system is a business, man. Where I'm from, your friends turn to fool. They letting that money control. They mind and they spirit, no soul, no. Ain't no love for no people, just dough now. And it's out of control. Pray for your seats, tell them try to get old. Hug them and kiss them, they walk to the store. Cause this might be the time you won't see them no more. Let me bring you close.
OWL, only world logic, OLEE. Only logical explanation of existence. Know the ledge. Philosophy. I'm messing around and catch a case with this one. Make 'em wanna party in outer space with this one. We slap these haters in their face with this one. Wait, I missed one. 2 times we on time. Every line of treasure you only find in my mind. And you know I work in the mines. I don't charge a dime for you to stay out of mind. Yeah. They fear as soon as they hear it. Smart minds salute it, the weak minds fear it. Like Aristotle, I question coherence through the eyes of a thinker. Truth become appearance. Only answers come from the questions you form with time and nature. Every question transformed. It's the mecca for the minds that was built to explore. Bird droppings on the way, now the game getting stormed. Yeah. OWL on the wall, OLE in position. Test every claim, then I check the condition. If it don't hold coherence, it don't earn recognition. That's why debate opponents keep socially distancing. See, they don't really want pressure. They just want applause. Till somebody asks questions, then the room get paused. I built this from the ground, y'all just copying saws. Different type of animal, different different type of boss. Yeah. Can it be understood? Can it move without contradiction? Can the mind update when it finally see the friction? Yeah. I mess around and catch a case with this one. Make 'em wanna party in outer space with this one. We slap these haters in their face with this one. Wait, I missed one. 2 times we on time. Every line of treasure you only find in my mind. And you know I work in the mind. I don't charge a dime for you to stay out of mind. The wool removed, it's wolves I see. No fur, no scales, it's feathers on me. I'm more 5T, Fadi Mona, I'm more. Was Christian once, but I'm trapped no more. It's like trying to fly with an angel wing. That's exactly why the jailbird sing. I flew to the top, left proof on things. Bird crumbs ain't enough when your appetite king. Mental worth, I done filled up the bank. You offer incoherence, so thanks. No thanks, no thanks. Keep your mental brains like a form thoughts well. Still waiting on answers for Yahweh and El. And Satan too, if we telling the story. Why blame a devil for a human choosing poorly? I move with my mind, I don't feel what's unseen. No ghost in the dark, get to hijack me. No copy, no paste, you can't get my style. Heart on my sleeve, still walk with a smile. Judge me by my past, take a look at me now. Ay, I ain't doing this for me, trying to make my mama proud. Quantum only isn't true, yeah, we bringing it out. While y'all watching me, better watch the crowd. Yeah, I'm from Oklahoma. Know I turn the cracker to a feast, and I also know the ratchet turn the actor to a priest. Cold hard world, but it's colder in the streets. Money on my mind, barely ever get to sleep. Yeah.
The spirit of our gods, beacon of our lives, may we increase as it reach the heavenly skies. In the streets, moving peace, the better lives. Move discreet, cause the meek forever thrive. Faded told me let my light shine, I set a fire. Blessings from the eternal ride, I'm still alive. They told me this gon' get you far, I said nigga nah. Speak for yourself, out of the loop, I've been the God. Stayed in my lane, maintain relevancy in the sport. Most of my early shit was better than I really thought. Acknowledge yourself, acquired the wealth, applied the mind and TikTok. Time to tell it's the soul. Divine thought cracking the mold. Kind of vibe, bring the back, slipping back to the fold. Ask them questions, get your past to the fold. The facts as it's told, expose what we actually know.
Love, light, peace, and blessings. Love, light, peace, and blessings. Love, light, peace, and blessings. So
You a legend, can't engage in no word of mouth challenge. And preaching right or wrong, bro, we talking about balance. Seen the best brothers with wild talent, but not grounded. Attract balance from those practicing foul malice. These scarred hands on y'all mans is now callous. I consecrate with the herb till my face is disturbed. As the ancestor ancients emerge, stormy winds cause the page to turn spooky. Righteous living, reap your harvest residually, literally. It'll keep your enemies out your vicinity. You could be what you finna be if you could see it vividly. The true and living, the epitome of that energy. Be the total package, rolling through the rapids. Knowing you a savage, if you want it, you can have it. Focus on it hard till you close enough to grab it. If you believe in God, she ain't birthing nothing average. Exactly.
love, light, peace, and blessings. Love, light, peace, and blessings. Love, light, peace, and blessings. So you're body like a shaman. All in my head, so much in common. Just say that word, baby, I'm on it. If this ain't love, then I don't want it. She move her body like a shaman. All in my head, so much in common. Just say that word, baby, I'm on it. If this ain't love, then I don't. See, I've been looking for a while. One who compliments my style, and who's pheromone so irresistible, it drives me wild. She ain't got no time to flex, way too blessed to be here stressed. Ain't compatible with low vibrations, nothing like the rest. No,
I don't know nobody.
Nobody.
When you get down, just want you to be around.
Come close to me, baby. She move her body like a shaman. All in my head, so much in common. Just say that word, baby, I'm on it. If this ain't love, then I don't want it. She move her body like a shaman. All in my head, so much in common. Just say that word, baby, I'm on it. If this ain't love, then I don't. I just wanna see you smile. Keep my number on the dial. I anticipate and cannot wait until you come around. Cause I just wanna take you home. Seal the deal and set in stone. You should never be alone. You with me, with me, with me.
I don't know nobody.
Nobody.
When you get down, just want you to be around.
Come close to me, baby. She move her body like a shaman. All in my head, so much in common. Just say that word, baby, I'm on it. Just say love, then I don't want it. She move her body like a shaman. All in my head, so much in common. Just say that word, baby, I'm on it. Just say love, then I don't want it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I got to load my gun, cause somebody done shot my brother. I don't give a damn who the fuck you was, I'ma get you suckers. Why they have to take his life? He had 3 kids and a wife. Only thing that comes to mind is go in my closet and grab this knife. So I load my gun, probably finna hunt my brother. Cause ain't nobody else doing all these stupid killings than these dumb little fuckers. So easily they take life just to try and earn some stripes. But we gon' see who's on they job, because my OGs taught me right. So I load my gun. Bang, 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 when I load my gun. Yeah. I don't ever really be on it. When I load my gun, niggas die, bullets fly, and mamas cry. I've never been the type to let bullshit slide. No, it ain't no love for the other side when the homies ride. I said when the homies ride, she get quiet. But why they wanna take my life? I don't know, but fuck it, I'ma ride for mine. With 2 pistols and 2 strikes. Cause growing up in Cleveland ain't nothing nice. Stuck in the hood my whole life. Done seen too many real ones die. Every night another rest in peace sign. unjustly took his life. Why they stopped him for a life? Knowing damn well we got it right. And if it don't change, I'ma let him fly. So I load my gun. Yeah. Bang, 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 bang. When I load my gun. Yeah. You better load your gun. Yeah. You better load your gun. Yeah, you better load your gun. What makes you different? What makes you different? What makes you different? 'Cause I done been around the world with plenty different girls, and women never change, they all seem to be the same. But she told me she's different. Tell me she's different. What makes you different? What makes you different? 'Cause I've been on the road, been all around the globe, and women all along be singing the same song. Tell me she's different. This is how it goes. You see her at the bar and you approach her 'cause she goes. You start a conversation and you try to take her home. And if it doesn't work, you put a number in your phone. Then you leave her alone and you wait a couple days. Talk a couple times and you take her on a date. And when you get her home, you try to lay her on the couch. She's gonna tell you pause when she opens up her mouth. She gonna tell you she's different. Tell me she's different. What makes you different? What makes you different? 'Cause I done been around the world with plenty different girls, and women never change, they all seem to be the same. But she told me she's different. Tell me she's different. What makes you different? What makes you different? 'Cause I've been on the road, been all around the globe, and women all along be singing the same song. She's like a book now, you tryna read her, and she's so sexy that you wanna believe her. She's playing hard to get, 'cause she's just a teaser. These games that she's playing has got you hot like a fever. The dreams on the stereo to get you in the mood, but she keeps on resisting every time you make a move. But you keep on trying and you keep on drinking. By the end of the night, you gon' probably be thinking, maybe she's different. Tell me she's different. What makes you different? What makes you different? 'Cause I done been around the world with plenty different girls, and women never change, they all seem to be the same. But she told me she's different. Tell me she's different. What makes you different? What makes you different? 'Cause I've been on the road, been all around the globe, and women all along be singing the same song. She said she's not the same. I said that I figured she's not that kind of girl. Damn, it sounds familiar. Don't know. Yeah. I've been on the West Coast with the best smoke, trying to get my money right. Then I turn my TV on and something ain't feeling right. Hold up, niggas dying every night, bullets flying left and right. Rest in peace to the young niggas that keep dying for the time. Hold up, the niggas ain't speaking on it. I love my city, so I'm speaking on it. I ain't being quiet while these young niggas ride. I ain't trying to get no more condolence. If you really gave a fuck about your city, then you would do something. Just cause you keep you a 30 in your clip don't make you a killer. You ain't shit without extending those. You niggas never been 10 toes down. I'm tired of all the faking and the flexing. It's time you niggas exposed now. It's time you getting exposed. This year's time niggas getting exposed. It's time you getting exposed. This year's time niggas getting exposed. I stayed down till I came up. One and never change up. All my niggas 10 toes down. All my niggas 10 toes down. They stay down till they came up. Cause real niggas don't change up. You niggas got it twisted. Just cause I pray for my city don't mean I didn't used to tear it up. I ain't really been saying much, cause I been trying to get my paper up. I just cannot sit in silence while they terrorize us with violence. A lot of this shit wouldn't happen if more of our leaders were silent. You ain't shit without extending those. You niggas never been 10 toes down. I'm tired of all the faking and the flexing. It's time you niggas exposed now. It's time you getting exposed. This year's time niggas getting exposed. It's time you getting exposed. This year's time niggas getting exposed. You ain't shit without extending those. You niggas never been 10 toes down. I'm tired of all the faking and the flexing. It's time you getting exposed now. It's time you getting exposed. This year's time niggas getting exposed. It's time you getting exposed. This year's time niggas getting exposed.
Different type of animal. Different type of animal. Yeah. Different type of animal. Now everybody better listen up. For my people in the struggle who never gave a what. Even when life try to press you down, turn your frown to a smile. I make styles just to lift you up. I'm a different type of animal. Way different type of animal. To succeed, easy to see. I'm a different type of animal. Different type of animal. No fur, no scales, just feathers on me. Different type of animal. Steady hustling, steady grinding. Getting money every time I put my time in. When they ask what I got up under my sleeve, they never gon' believe when I tell them it's all timing. Everybody want a real life attitude. Incoherent, now they mad at you. Some people can't get it, now they laugh at you. Till they see the glow, now they copying the altitude. I never was a type, it was handed to. Had to put it together like mechanics do. Now you see I got the tools to succeed. Different mindset, different breed, different view every time I play or breathe. Quantum thoughts, I evolve every week. Young Al, been wild since a young child. Still fresh to the death, no funeral style. How could you walk in my shoes? We run the town, big shoes to fill. Never been a clown. I'm a different type of animal. Way different type of animal. To succeed, easy to see. I'm a different type of animal. Different type of animal. No fur, no scales, just feathers on me. Different type of animal. Talking about the block, I've been around, fighting through the hard times till it spin around. Game tight, move smooth, never hear a sound. Big pressure every time we hit the town. Couldn't touch me with a yardstick. Running through the paper on that backyard business. Chasing dreams, chasing cream to the team. Rich 5'8", but I'm standing on that stand tall mindset. See these monkeys trying to pull me from the tree. Yeah, they put me down before that, just turned me to a beast. So I hopped into the streets, showed the hungry how to eat. Oklahoma on my back, now I'm bringing pressure to the beat. Cold hard world, colder in the streets. Money on my mind, barely get to sleep. Dreams feel close, still feel out of reach. Lights up ahead, I just want a little piece. Still a student of the game, don't qualify to teach. Learn lessons every day, so I evolve every week. I'm not an animal, life just got wild. So I did what I had to do, the other routes was foul. No copy, no paste, you can't get my style. Heart on my sleeve, still walk with a smile. Judge me by my past, take a look at me now. I ain't doing this for me, I just wanna make my mama proud. Quantum only is truth, yo, we bringing it out. Why y'all watching me? Better watch the crowd. I'm a different type of animal. way different type of animal. 2 to 16, easy to see. I'm a different type of animal. Different type of animal. No fur, no scales, just feathers on me. Different type of animal. Different type of animal. Different type of animal. You wolves I see. No dogs, no snakes. There's feathers on me. This time, let's start. They try to open their third eye with both eyes closed. Can't see the consequences to the things that they chose. Put theyself in deeper sleep, claiming that they woke. While I'm watching time and nature moving through the smoke, I fell in love with wisdom. Sophia held my hand, told me comfort ain't real if it destroy another man. So I learned to love existence without controlling all the plans. Tried to hold on to forever, still it slipped right through my hands. Tried everything to get it, still slipped through my hands. And there's both of my kids. Only thing I truly love, my number one fans. And I still smile, even when life get cold. Cause most things grow in the sunlight, but grow the most at night. There's something people don't know. I'm on Fati, I'm on. I love time because nature gave me something to adore. Forever be Father Time and Mother Nature dancing endlessly. Open both eyes and you finally see. You get 2 eyes but only one vision of reality. Love again, I guess I'll tell you about the secret to existence again. Feathers on me, stars above, everything alive because of love. The only time I fell in love, I was standing on a ledge. If I would've knew the ledge, I might've moved different instead. Thought I found forever in somebody else's head, but she just wanted friendship while I was thinking marriage bed. So here I go again, talking about love again, trying to explain existence through the pain again, trying to hold beauty still, but time don't ever stand. That's when Father Time whispers, son, that's just the plan. And Mother Nature touched my shoulder, said nothing blooms forever, but everything returns eventually. That's when I finally understood why heartbreak make us wiser, why loneliness get deeper when your thoughts become advisors. People fear the dark, but the stars only shine there. Flowers drink the sunlight, but roots grow where the night live. That's why I stopped fearing pain and started reading signs there. Every scar another map showing me where life is. Time and nature had a face, I don't think they look old. Probably young forever with eternal souls. Little kids with galaxies inside their pupils glowing gold, running through the universe laughing while creation unfolds. Not guys on thrones, not witches casting spells, just the endless interaction that make existence itself. One gave sequence, one gave shape, and together they became every heartbeat, every ocean, every memory, every name. Beauty in the beast, light and dark, love and grief, that's the balance. People call it contradiction, but I call it understanding. Cause I love time, cause time gave me moments. And I love nature, cause nature let me hold them. That's why I cherish every second, even broken ones too. Cause without the hurt and healing, I would never become you. Mona, I'm on. Forever be Father Time and Mother Nature dancing endlessly. Open both eyes, then you finally see. existence again. Feathers on me, stars above, everything alive because of love. Amor fati, amor. This time I understand.
Let's pause the noise for a second, because if you're still here right now, you're already different. Not everyone gets this. Not everyone understands real debate, real scholarship, real intellectual smoke. But you do. This is Coliseum of Arguments. This is Titans Debate League. And what happens here doesn't survive on algorithms. It survives on the people who believe in it. When you support through Cash App, you're not just donating. You're fueling the arena. You're the reason we can bring in high-level guests. You're the reason we keep unbiased judges. You're the reason these debates stay sharp, fair, and uncompromised. This platform is built by thinkers, sustained by supporters, protected by the ones who know value when they see it. If this show has ever sharpened your mind, has ever entertained you, or has ever challenged what you thought you knew, then Cash App is how you say, keep this going. Not everyone contributes, but the ones who do, they're part of what makes this real. Coliseum of Arguments, Titans Debate League, powered by the people who get it.
My heart is bleeding in a pool of blood, I'm drowning. Yeah, my heart is bleeding